Hello, Syun. What is that slipping left booty? It's an animation. It's just a simple animation. You can save live 2D animation as video formats. Hello, Bobok. We are playing more Hobbs Factory today, which means more reading. I still don't know what I feel about this game. Alright. Where did we left off yesterday? Yesterday, we got slapped by a doll twice. And I think we stopped there. The pack of frozen vegetables pressed against my face soothes my swollen jaw, but does very little to calm my nerves. I'm still on edge after what happened today. Tomoe actually physically attacked me, all because I said something, I'm not sure what, that provoked her anger. Maybe that girl is more complicated than I give her credit for. Seems like she has her own inner demons, just like the rest of us. I've replayed the event in my head 100 times since returning home. Without confronting Tomoe about it, I don't think I'll ever figure out what incited her aggression. But I don't plan on talking to her about it anytime soon. I wouldn't say I'm scared of her, but I don't exactly want to encourage a repeat performance. Corpse Factory, is this yandere? No. But we did feel like the current girl, the girl that's talking right now does seems kind of like a yandere, but I don't think she's a yandere. I rest the bag of frozen vegetables on the small coffee table next to me. I think I've done all I can to reduce the painful swelling for now. Sighing and leaning back, I left the soft padding of the couch. Oh, not I left, I let. I let the soft padding of the couch consume my body as I sink deeper. My eyes glaze over as I bring my phone to my face. My fingers lazily tap and scroll as I look through a carefully curated obituary newsfeed, a list of deaths that have been reported throughout the day. Using a set of handy filters, I narrow the feed down to include only women's deaths. In the age range of 30 to 50, I set the location to cover all of Japan. I immediately exclude any results that mention natural causes of death. I'm looking for specific cases, suicides, or as is more often reported, accidents. Of course, I'm looking to find out whether my latest victim has offed herself yet. Should this search string return with there's no with there, string return no results, then it's pretty easy to look up recent murders. They're few and far between. Between suicides, accidents, and murders, I've covered all the potential ways my victim could die. 9 out of 10 of the search results include a photograph of the deceased, not a photo of their corpse, mind you. This isn't the database of the deceased I'm looking through. Rather, it's usually a nice flattering picture of the recently departed, submitted by their kin to go along with their obituary. I use the photos submitted with obituaries to compare and match with the images of my victims. This is the only reliable way I have to discover whether or not my victims have perished. Okay. Wait. I missed something. If I knew a victim's name, I could easily look up their current fate, but my website doesn't ask for that information. Call it respect for the victim's privacy, but there's a lot more to it than that. But that's a topic to dwell on another day. Tonight's search turns up no solid leads. I'm disappointed, but this result isn't entirely unexpected. After all, I set the date on my latest victim's photograph to tomorrow. There's still time for her to freak out and end it all. New redeem 40k for emote redeem? Yeah! If you have 40k. If you have 40k, you can get an emote. I decide to go to sleep early tonight. I'm not even feeling hungry enough to eat the cheap convenience store meal that's been sitting in my fridge since yesterday. I don't know if you should still eat that. Though, if I go to sleep now, it will feel like tomorrow arrives sooner. Tomorrow. I'll have to see tomorrow at work. There's no way I can avoid her since her desk is so close to mine. The idea doesn't sit well with me. On the other hand, my victim might concur herself, which would definitely make me feel better. It could very well be my next success, and the suspense is just about enough to kill me. Tomorrow. She's still crazy. She's still crazy. I hate the guy in this game. There's only been one guy so far and I hate him with a passion. God. Wednesday. Do I have to see him? My tapping is hesitant and distracted this morning. My fingers falter, misstep, and tap backspace repetitively. Reading. How do you read? How do you read? This is no good. I can't focus on work while I'm staring at the top of Tomoe's head, popping up from behind a monitor a few desks away. Even my work playlist isn't inspiring to polarize the keyboard today. Normally, a blast of pure volume and a shot of caffeine is enough to carry me to the greatest length. Greatest length? It says heights. Heights of productivity. I press a finger to my pursed lips, trying hard to regain my focus. I absent-mindedly noticed that I missed the edge of my top lip when applying lipstick this morning. Okay. Damn, I'm really out of sorts today. At least I managed to apply some extra blush to cover up the faint bruising on my face. I might have overdone it a little, but it's better than looking like I just stepped out of a boxing ring.
Good morning, Noriko! Boy, have I got some neat news for you!
Right. Of course you're here. You're senior at work. I'm so absorbed in my own thoughts that I barely register Syunthia standing in the front of my desk.
Excuse me? Noriko? Are you in there?
Clearly not.
Huh?
My eyes visit on Syunthia's goofy smile. I quickly remove my headphones.
Fujikawa, Syunthia. Sorry. Hi.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Tired is all.
Oh, I hear you. I was up late last night. Boy, I must have been up.
Oh, yeah, right.
What?
I was up late reading too.
He's been out past 10, could not put down this new crime thriller he's been reading. Okay.
Your horror novels, right? Don't they leave you feeling a little scared before you go to sleep?
It's fiction, sir.
No, not really. It's all fiction, so it's pretty easy to distinguish from reality.
Is that so? Wow, that's not like my book at all. The crimes in this story are all based on real cases. My jaw hits the floor every time I turn the page.
Uh-huh, yeah.
What's your point? What's your point? What's your point? Redeem, but I have no idea. You can PM me when you have an idea. Blah, blah, tongue tied. I can't even speak right. You can PM me when you have an idea of what you want for your emote.
Anyway, let me tell you this. Your friend Sato can take a data entry opening starting from Monday.
Wow.
She doesn't even need to interview. That's how much the boss trusts me.
Is this supposed to be a show-off? I'm genuinely impressed with Shinya's ability to score Aoi a job. Say what you want about the guy, but the big wigs obviously have faith in him. Okay?
Oh, Syunthia! I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I don't think it's good for a company to do that, but okay.
Don't thank me yet. Sato is going to be worked to the bone. I hope she's prepared for it.
He's blushing.
Trust me, anything will be better than her current job. Really, thank you, Shinya. You came through for us here.
Well, I'm just happy to help. Hey, Noriko, can I ask you something?
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
Sure, shoot.
Shoot! Oh, right. An expression.
What do you think it was?
Sorry, I just remembered this case in the novel I'm reading, where a police officer shoots at a perp, only to...
Hey, you, wanted to ask me something?
Right. Are you friends with Watanabe?
I blinked a couple of times.
Tomoe?
You're on a first-name basis with her. Then you must be great friends.
Just because we're on a first name basis doesn't mean we're great friends, okay?
I mean, I wouldn't say...
Listen, would you mind putting in a good word for me with her?
Oh?
I'm kind of interested in, taking her out sometime. But I could never ask her myself.
Yes, if I can get rid of both of them at once, yes. I'm stunned, gobsmacked, speechless. Shinya likes Tomoe? I thought he likes me. Is my intuition wrong? Clearly. I wonder if the clues have been in front of me this whole time. What else haven't I been seeing?
Noriko? What do you say?
Shinya, look. Honestly, I'm not really friends with Tomoe.
Oh man, just
don't
help
think I
him.
can help
Just help him. You get rid of him and you get rid of Tomoe in one shot.
Oh, I see. That's a shame. I thought maybe you were close.
How about a luck emote? Sure.
Darn. I guess there's not much to be done, is there? Even after I helped you and Sato out and all.
Couldn't you just talk to her? Couldn't you just talk to her? Is he seriously trying to guilt me? I have to hand it to him. Didn't think he had it in him.
Well, I suppose you can just tell Sato to start work on Monday morning.
Right. What kind of threatening is
So
this?
I'll see you around the office then.
Shinya leaves and I bury my face in my hands. Has this world gone mad all of a sudden? This visual novel is psychological, right? Yes. And to be honest, I don't really like the characters. Shinya likes Tomoe, not me. Isn't that great? It's not that I'm disappointed. Hell, I don't have feelings for the guy. But for him to be interested in someone vapid like her just blows my mind. Hey, how dare you? How dare? They're matchmake in heaven, okay? Shut up. To add insult to literal injury, Tomoe assaulted me yesterday. She has a vicious, violent side to her that Shinya doesn't know about. Are you sure you're not just jealous? He could be in real danger if he pursues her. I don't think so. I don't think so, but okay. I'm completely unable to process what I should do. Shinya's got Aoi a job and I'm truly thankful. Do I feel like I owe him one? Should I ask Tomoe out for him or warn him about her? I need to clear my head. I decide to step away from my desk and visit the restroom. Okay? Just help him out, man. Just help him out, man. Wow, the toilet is mint colored. Though I've no need to use the restroom, I enter a stall and lock the door behind me. Sitting on the toilet's closed lid, I lean back and exhale. I'm getting too caught up in office drama. That's what the issue is. It's unlike me. I'm supposed to be stoic, unflinching. It's my ideology, my entire identity. My emotions are better locked away than stitched on my sleeve. I'm corpse girl, for crying out loud. My purpose is bigger than all of this. I'm destined for greatness. Okay? The day will come when people fear my name, right? No, unless if corpse girl is your name. I shake the doubts from my mind and pat my cheeks. I'm doing all of this for the right reasons. I know I am. If I start doubting myself now, I'll never see my mission through. An unfamiliar jingle rings out through the restroom, echoing off the walls. It sounds like a phone alert, but where did it come from? It takes me a few seconds to realize I have my own phone in my hands and it's vibrating incessantly. I must have grabbed it subconsciously from my desk when I stood up. The screen is lit up and the message reads, One new article confirm. One new article matches your custom filter. Did body lulu. Nice filter you have there. Wait, what? The auto news feed I set up last night, it actually located something? I hurriedly unlocked my screen and opened a certain app. The same app I was trolling through last night looking for obituaries. A little unread mail icon sits at the top of the screen, blinking and practically shouting for my attention. I hit the icon and read the information presented to me. Article posted online today, 11:22 a.m. Keywords found: tree, miss, accident. Numerical data range 30 to 50. Image data found, yes. Wednesday, May 27th. Miss Akane Tsurumaki, 36, of Chiba Prefecture was pronounced can't read, was pronounced dead this morning at her personal residence, 8:38 a.m. The chief coroner reports that Miss Tsurumaki was involved in an accident resulting in self-asphyxiation. Alright. Miss Tsurumaki is survived by her husband, Mr. Goro Tsurumaki, 42, and their daughter, Miss Fu Tsurumaki, 1. Oh my god. A funeral service will be held on Friday, May 29th. View image attachment? I hurriedly tap the button and gasp as the image loads. It was her. It's her all the time. What's this? It's a psychological horror visual novel. It's her. The photo is unmistakably the same woman. Plain features, little makeup, no signs of a personality. Akane Tsurumaki, the latest victim to receive a photo of her own corpse. My breathing stops my breathing stops all of a sudden. I'm gasping for air, my cheeks on fire, my fingers numb. I did it. My meticulously crafted photo caused this woman to end her own life. An accident resulting in self-asphyxiation, meaning she died by suicide, strangled herself, or held her head down in the bath. The news never reports anything as suicide. It's such a taboo topic in this culture. Everything is always an accident. Yahoo, yahoo, Etty. Welcome to the stream, where I struggle to read still. All this time I've been trying to compel somebody to kill themselves. My corpse photos constantly becoming more and more elaborate, more and more convincing and realistic. And now somebody has died again because of me. Hello, cat. Hello, cat. It does use lingos here and there. What does use lingos here and there? Because of Corpse Girl. I was right all along. I do possess power. I have the power to end lives through my work, my art. I've known it all this time, and I've finally proven it. Ruri Hatano's death planted the seeds of belief in my mind, the belief that Corpse Girl is more than a mortal being. And now, Akane Tsurumaki's demise has caused those seeds to bloom and blossom into pure certainty. Corpse Girl truly can end lives. It's a wonderful revelation. Why do I have troubles pronouncing? Why do I have troubles pronouncing English words? For real. It's a wonderful revelation and it relieves my turbulent mind. However, I can't get my fingers to scroll back up to reread the obituary. My hands aren't functioning. My legs dangle lifelessly from the toilet seat, and my coffee from this morning is working its way back up my throat. This game is using lingos? Is it? I feel the stain of tears in my eyes. Sweat trickles on my forehead, dripping down my uncharacteristically thick makeup. Jesus. All of a sudden, I can't breathe. My lungs refuse to take in any more oxygen. I panic and fall forward, miraculously slamming my hands into the stall door to prevent my head from colliding with the floor. My nails scrape against the door's enamel paint, peeling chunks of green from the surface as I slide down. How sharp is your nails? How old is the paint? Down and down until my head rests uncomfortably on the damp tiles. Ew. Oh my god, she's aroused. My eyes roll back and my tongue lolls out the side of my mouth, dangerously close to the tiled floor, but completely out of my sight and mind. I taste foundation and blush. A little bit of sweat, then nothing at all as the still air envelops my taste buds. Alright. My photo killed that woman. That woman killed herself because of my photo. My photo killed that woman. That woman killed herself because of my photo. My woman killed the photo of herself because of that photo of the woman who killed herself in the photo. My eyes begin to regain their focus and my stomach turns, heaves and shakes, and warm coffee spills from my lips as I try to smile, but only manage to gurgle. The gritty paint underneath my fingernails has a rough texture that I don't like very much. I feel queasy and ecstatic at the same time. It's a horribly wonderful feeling that I could do without. So much for stoic, unflinching Noriko. Remember stoic, unflinching Noriko? This is her, writhing on the bathroom floor, her lungs working once more and her breath ragged and gasping, sucking in air like a mosquito sucks in blood. This is Noriko. Noriko with her grandiose fantasies of death and killing people without having to kill them at all, without having to leave her apartment because the outside world is scary and there are people out there probably trying to kill her. This is Noriko, me, the real me, acting tough and fearless when I'm crying on the inside. Always sad, always miserable, always lying on the bathroom floor with my fists clenched and my phone resting in a puddle and my life slowly spiraling out of control. This is me. I did this. I killed that woman. She had a husband and a daughter, and some random person requested that I kill her, so I did. She probably didn't do anything wrong. She looked boring. She must have just rubbed somebody the wrong way. Maybe she didn't even know what she did, just like how I rubbed Tomoe the wrong way, and I don't know what I did, but Tomoe slapped me twice. Hard, and it hurt. And it must have hurt that woman too when she strangled herself and killed herself. I killed her. I directly killed her with my indirect actions. She's dead now, and I'm alive. I'm still here, lying on the bathroom floor on the 14th story of Shinjuku's Temunjin office building, and I have paint underneath my fingernails, and Aoi is going to start work here on Monday. But I did it. I killed her. Finally, after countless months of pretense, of false starts, of failures and disappointments, I killed somebody again. Corpse Girl strikes for the second time. And above all else, above this grime and muck on the floor and the tingling feelings underneath my fingernails, above all of that, this feels good. This feels so good. Blood has returned to my legs. The pins and needles have faded, and my toes quiver beneath my stockings and shoes. An electrical charge pulses down my thighs and dissipates through my feet. I manage to plant two hands firmly on the tiles and push myself up onto my wobbly knees. I suck in air and breathe all of it back out almost at once. I feel dizzy and a bizarre warmth is swelling up inside my stomach and chest. Man, she's crazy. I managed to steady myself enough to sit back on the top of the toilet seat. With my feet planted firmly on the ground and my hands resting on my lap, I try to regain my sense of self. I might have lost my composure a little bit upon reading the news, but who could blame me? Everything I've worked for over the last year is finally starting to pay off. My second victim is dead. With this, Corpse Girl's popularity is sure to rise. More and more people will issue requests through my website. More and more people will receive corpse photos. And more people will... She killed herself. She killed herself. Oh, how I wish I could see the real body. If only I could see her mangled corpse, drenched in sweat and finally at peace. I notice my phone is wedged between my wet fingers. I must have subconsciously scooped it up from the pool of muck on the floor. In this lighting, it looks like you should. Oh no, are you saying that I'm the crazy girl? I try to ignore the sticky texture clinging to the screen. I don't think I would feel this ecstasy of killing somebody. She's kind of crazy. She's too crazy for me. My fingers no longer numb. I scroll up and reread the obituary article. Miss Akane Tsurumaki, 36, of Chiba Prefecture, was pronounced dead this morning. Dead. Pronounced dead. My breathing staggers once again. My jaw gently lowers. Involved in an accident. Hot steam clouds my face. Look at how crazy she is. Do you see how crazy she is? Resulting in self-asphyxiation. I salivate unconsciously, a trickle of moisture creeping down my chin and dropping on my lap. My cheeks are flushed, my vision slightly blurred. She killed herself because of me. She killed. I let out a gasp as my hips rise against my will. My toes curl, my legs stiffen, my skin tingles. I lean back against the cistern? I don't know how to pronounce the word. The cold porcelain penetrating the thin fabric of my clothes and chilling my burning hot skin. My eyelids flutter as my mind hazes over. I can't control my body any longer. All the anticipation of the last few days, the tension building in my muscles. I can't. What is wrong with her? My legs tense up, my knees buckle, my neck tilts back. A whispered gasp slips softly between my lips. My phone falls to the ground once more as my fingers slowly uncurl. The dull tink sound as it hits the floor is the last thing my foggy mind registers before I drift away. Where are you drifting to? Where's your mind drifting to? Are you okay?
You look like horse shit.
You don't say, Tomoe. You slapped me twice yesterday. Tomoe's brazen drawl snaps me out of my dead-eyed stare.
Looks like you've been sleeping in the sewer. It suits you.
Oh, why, thank you. I don't know what she's talking about. I can't really focus on what she's saying. I realize I've been staring at my computer screen for about 20 minutes, rarely blinking. My mouth is dry as though I've stopped producing saliva altogether. A dull throb in my lap causes me to cross one leg over the other in an attempt to get comfortable.
You know, I'm talking here. It's rude to ignore your superior.
I swallow in an attempt to moisten my parched throat before speaking in a cracked voice.
Do you need something?
There she is, Etty. Etty, I think you missed the part, but you have competition. You have competition because Shinya is interested in Tomoe.
Thought you should know that Shinya and I are gonna hit the town on Friday night. Turns out he's fancied me for a while now.
Look. Good for you, Tomoe. Good for you.
In the end, seems like the better gal won, don't you think?
Good for you.
Seems that way. Is that all?
I can tell Tomoe is trying to get under my skin, but I'm honestly not in the mood to deal with it right now.
I thought you'd be more torn up about it.
I don't care in the slightest. Why don't you go sit back at your desk?
Whatever. Hey, maybe I'll meet you after work again.
Are you gonna slap me again?
Why? So you can attack me again?
I realized my voice was louder than intended. A few people nearby tilted their heads quizzically. I mean, missed or not, I love her. Man, you masochist. Tomoe takes a cautious step back.
Keep your voice down, psycho. Stuff like that's between me and you.
Yeah, you attacked me outside of the company. I don't know how that's, between me and ya.
You assaulted me. I should report you to the police.
As you should, but you didn't.
Don't you dare!
Don't you dare, sure. Lost for words, Tomoe turns tail and walks away. I sigh and lean back in my office chair. Why do I feel so exhausted? My mind flickers, piecing together fragments of memory from the bathroom a short while ago. That's right, I let myself get carried away in the exhilaration of my success. I temporarily stepped away from my own body and let my basest instincts take over. But I'm in control now. I'm myself again. I'm Noriko, stoic and unflinching. I'm corpse girl, successful and feared. I can kill people as easily as I can manipulate a photo. Man, her Photoshop skills must be hella good. People like Tomoe should be scared of me. People like Tomoe shouldn't mess with me. I'm in control now. Control of what? Your Photoshop? Not sure about perfect waifu material, but it's the perfect waifu material for Etty because he likes girls like her apparently. Climbing the steps to my apartment is always such a chore. I wish I'd moved into a building with an elevator, but I simply couldn't afford to when I first moved out on my own last year. I can fix her for real? No, she's going out with Shinya. These old apartment buildings creak and groan when you ascend the stairs. What? It creak and groan when you just step on the stairs? It looks like it's made of like concrete, not like wood. On top of that, you can hear the bustling of other people within their tiny homes as you progress up each floor. There's always a slight whiff of mold or mildew whenever I ascend the stairs. I want to chalk it up to the fact that the building is so old, but it is possible some of the residents here don't keep their apartments very clean. At the very least, this neighborhood is decent. I feel safe in my home, even if it is small and cramped. And my neighbors are respectful, from what I can tell, not that I really know them at all. In fact, the only neighbors I have regular contact with are the very same ones I reach Wi-Fi from. Some middle-aged, divorced guy named Kenji, who lives on the floor below me, and his daughter Momo. Kenji's a decent enough guy. He works overnight, which unfortunately means Momo is left home alone a lot in the evenings. Momo's a sweet girl, perhaps 6 or 7 years old. Occasionally I hear her singing drift up into my apartment, but it doesn't bother me too much. She's just a kid. It's the very same Kenji and Momo that I bump into when I'm climbing the stairs this evening.
Oh, good evening.
Hello.
We're just on our way to get some dinner. Isn't that right, Momo?
Yes. That sounds nice. I hope you have a good meal.
Come. Look at it. It's a cat. It's a cat dress.
Thank you. Say, are you feeling okay? You look like you've been in some trouble. There's dirt or something all over that side of your face.
There's dirt on my face? Since I laid down in the bathroom? Did I not wash my face or check my face when I leave the bathroom and look in the mirror or something? I tilt my head and reached a hand to my cheek. Sure enough, dry muck has blended into my makeup and caked not all over, it just says cake over my face. It seems like my eyeliner has smeared as well. Is this from when I fell in the bathroom? Damn it, have I looked like this all day?
Oh, right.
Right. I try to make up some lies so Kenji doesn't worry about me.
I actually fell asleep on the train home, and I guess the seats were kinda dirty.
Is that so?
Is that so?
You should wash your face and do your makeup again. I can help if you like.
Thank you, Momo. I think you're the first character I liked so far in this game. You better not be crazy, please. I can't help but smile slightly at Momo's generous offer.
Thank you, Momo. I'll be sure to wash up and make myself look nice again. You should go have dinner with your dad.
The girl nods resolutely.
Well, I hope you're okay at any rate. Have you been working hard at the bank?
Oh, actually, I just work at the head office for the bank, so...
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Data something, right?
Yeah, data entry. It's a bit dull, but I'm happy enough.
What do you mean? Tomoe is 100%? Hey, you can't force your opinions on me. I don't like Tomoe.
That's good. That's very good.
Thanks, old man.
I know it's hard for kids like you to get good work in this economy. When you find a job like that, you really have to hold on to it.
Thanks, old man.
When I was your age, I could only find cleaning work. I must have had a dozen different janitorial jobs. Before I met Momo's mother.
It's fine, right? You still earn money. I blink a couple of times. It's not like I talk to this guy often. Really, we hardly know each other. Still, I've never heard him actually mention Momo's mother before. Most of the things I know about him I've just pieced together from context.
Mom?
Oh no, Momo's about to cry.
Of course, things are different now. I have Momo, and her mother isn't around anymore. Cleaning work doesn't cut it these days.
You don't say.
I was really lucky to get into security. It means I can work overnight while Momo sleeps, and I can still take her to school every day.
It's a good dad. It's a good dad. Security, of course, now I remember. He did mention when we first met what he does for a living. If memory serves, he works for a private security company. I assume he guards corporate offices or parking lots. Something like
Anyway,
that.
what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Hold on to a job if you like it. That's very important.
Thanks,
Thank
old man.
you. I'm happy at Temujin, so I plan to stay there.
Very good. Oh, Momo was telling me earlier what she wants to do when she grows up. Weren't you, Momo?
Is that so?
Dad?
Come on now. Tell Naruko what you want to be.
A scientist.
A scientist.
Wow, a scientist. That's a great job. I'll be rooting for you, Momo.
The girl blushes and hides behind her dad.
She's inherited her mother's book smarts, I'm certain. She definitely didn't get her brain from me.
Are you saying you're dumb?
Anyway, we're gonna get going. Enjoy your evening, Naruko.
Thank
Okay.
you. You too. Bye-bye, Momo.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. The two of them bow their heads and follow the rest of the stairs down. I continue up the next flight of stairs, reaching the landing, then turn the corner to enter my own apartment. If the kid turns out to be crazy as well, I don't know what I'll feel. The place is dark because I always make sure to cut the lights before I leave. I can't afford to leave any electricity running. My rent chews through most of my salary as it is. I flick on the lights and feel relief as the living room illuminates. My faithful couch and TV emerge from the shadows and I immediately feel at home. After throwing my keys and bag onto the coffee table, I slump down on the couch. What a day! I have an overwhelming urge to pull out my laptop and check my website for new requests, but my body needs comes first. Okay, I'm desperate for a hot shower. I'll need to cleanse my face, scrape the paint out from underneath my nails. She still had paint in her nails the whole time. I bet she didn't wash her hands when she leaves the toilet. That's why she didn't notice all the things stuck in her face. And I'll definitely have to slip into a fresh set of underwear. You're going to shower. Do you not change your underwear when you go to shower? Whatever happens in that bathroom today took its toll on my body and my clothes. Yeah, as you laid on the floor in the bathroom. Well, the night is young. I can relax later. For now, it's time to start scrubbing. Right. And it's now Thursday morning. The convenience store is a little more crowded than usual. The mundane chatter of business people, students and workers buzzes in the air like a swarm of relentless flies. Throughout the drone of mingled conversations, I happen to catch a few interesting words here and there.
Have you seen that one website?
What do you mean by request a death?
My lips curl into a half smile, half snarl.
Since he always cheats, I thought I might upload his photo.
Oh?
And you think Corpse Girl really exists?
Did you kill somebody for cheating on you? To hear so many people talking about Corpse Girl's website is enough to make my nerves tingle. However, I know they're not talking about it because of Akane Tsurumaki's death. As far as I can tell, her death wasn't reported to the news as a suspicious case. The only source of information I could locate was her obituary. and that didn't mention anything about foul play, so there's no way anyone could know that Corpse Girl was involved. People are talking about the website in the same way they always have, like it's just an interesting topic of conversation, an icebreaker, one of those things to tell your friends to entertain them. And therein is my issue with the website as a topic of conversation. It's just an urban legend, a point of discussion that inevitably fizzles out and is forgotten. Hello Jet, welcome to the stream. People talk about it, people visit the website out of curiosity, but very few people take action and request a death. That's the part that annoys me. If people don't actively participate, how can I prove myself to the world? How can Corpse Girl claim her victims if there are no victims to be claimed? As long as the website is simply a talking point, a myth, an icebreaker, then Corpse Girl's ambitions will remain unfulfilled. To be fair, I haven't yet provided a compelling reason for people to take the website seriously. The death toll is humiliatingly low. I need to ramp it up and step up my game for Corpse Girl's sake. Hope stream is going well. It's going pretty good. This game has too many crazy people, but it's going good. Until I manage to do that, people will continue to simply discuss the website in hushed tones, like it's some taboo fantasy that shouldn't be spoken of. But with some more time and some more victims, soon everyone will know the fear. Will know to fear Corpse Girl. Oh, thanks to the constant drone in the convenience store, I barely registered the quiet melody of a ringtone. Eventually, my ears became keen enough to pick it out, and I answered my phone.
Hey. Good morning, Noriko. Is this a bad time?
It's Aoi.
Not at all. I'm at the convenience store.
Oh, good. I wanted to catch you before work.
No worries. I actually meant to call you yesterday, but the day got away from me.
That's okay. I wanted to ask if you spoke to Shinya yet?
Oh, I haven't let you know about the news.
I sure did. Guess what?
What?
You start work on Monday. You'll be doing data entry with me. We might even get to sit near each other.
Oh my gosh. Really? Are you telling the truth?
Of course. When have I ever lied to you?
Oh, Noriko. I'm so excited. Thank you. Thank you so much. Does this mean I can quit the maid cafe now?
Yep. Quit today if you can.
Aoi is no longer a maid.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you.
Aoi, are you crying?
Damn, the girl must have been so stressed.
I'm so happy.
Making Aoi so overwhelmingly happy feels really good. I care so much for this girl. Her happiness is vital to
I owe
me.
you so much. And Shinya too. I know. I'll buy him a gift to give him on my first day. Do you think he'll like that?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. That's a great idea, Aoi.
She clearly did not like the maid cafe job. She did not. She was getting... In the previous stream, we found out she was getting sexually harassed by a 52-year-old old man.
What does he like?
I managed to spill the answer to that without having to think
Crime
twice.
novels.
Oh, really? Oh, his dad is a detective, right? Okay, I can get something like that. Right now, I'm going to march into the cafe and quit.
Run away!
You tell him. Good luck, kid.
Okay, bye, Noriko.
The call ends and I smile. Aoi sounded so happy. I'm really glad that I could help her out. She deserves to be happy. I barely have time to select a can of coffee from the line of refrigerated shelves before my phone rings again.
Huh? Aoi?
Sorry to call again, Noriko. I just, something was bugging me, so...
What's up?
Did I, this is going to sound stupid. Did I thank you for getting me the job?
Oh, yeah, you did. A few times, I think.
Okay, phew. I just wanted to check. It was bothering me. and I didn't want to come off as ungrateful.
Wholesome? Wholesome?
You know what? Just to make sure. Thank you, Noriko.
It's a real gamble, you know. There's like 75% chance the characters you meet in this game are crazy. Is she crazy? I don't know.
Okay, I'm going now, really. Bye-bye. Bye, Aoi.
The call ends and my brow furrows. That was strange, but maybe not so strange for Aoi. I guess she really wanted to be polite. I shrug it off and return to selecting my coffee for the day. I love crazy? Etty. Why, out of all the things you can pick, you pick crazy? I mean, I can fix crazy? Sus. The office atmosphere is unusually somber when I exit the elevator. There are fewer people around than normal. Some executives I rarely see on this level are hovering around in one of the glass-screened cubicles to one side of the floor. I spy Syunthia standing at his desk, talking quietly on the phone. He's nodding and bowing a lot, despite the fact that whoever is on the other end of the call can't see him. I want to ask somebody what's going on, but nobody seems to notice me arriving. I shuffle my way to my desk and sit down. I spend some time looking over a spreadsheet of today's tasks. You fix crazy and enable them? You need some spice in life sometimes? What? You guys are living life on the edge. Jet more so than Etty. After going through it thoroughly, Syunthia arrives in front of my desk, seemingly out of breath.
Noriko, has anyone filled you in yet?
No.
No, what's going on? Why is half the office empty?
Well, you see, somebody within the company died yesterday.
What? Who? What?
Oh? Somebody we know?
Syunthia shakes his head slowly, his expression gravely serious.
Nobody you would have interacted with. She was an exec, up on the 21st floor.
Oh?
Apparently, she never showed up yesterday, but her coworkers just assumed she was taking a personal day.
Right?
People started getting the news in the afternoon. She was involved in some sort of accident, and now she's...
Dead?
Syunthia glares at me, his narrow pupils seemingly accusing me of being tactless.
Yes. Dead.
So, I mean, I get it's a tragedy and all, but how does this explain where everyone is today?
Noriko, sometimes you should shut your mouth.
You should have received an email sent out by HR this morning. Basically, everyone is being offered professional grief counseling.
Okay.
Seriously?
I think some people are taking up the offer, but I suspect some other employees are using the opportunity to skip out on work.
Hey, it's a good company to offer that to you.
Regardless, what happened to Miss Tsurumaki was a tragedy.
Oh.
So unexpected.
Oh, Tsurumaki, you say? See, I'm not that bad if you think about it. You're still bad. Lurking me souls later. Thank you for lurking, Dusties. I blink a few times, getting ready to turn back to my computer. Miss Tsurumaki.
Wait, what was her name?
Huh? Ms. Tsurumaki. It should be in the email. She had a young daughter and everything. It's really sad.
Wow, thank you for the information, Syunthia. Akane Tsurumaki. Though I've never met her before, her face appears in my mind with startling clarity. Self-asphyxiation, an accident. She worked here? I can scarcely believe it. It's true that this is a massive company with thousands of employees Japan-wide, but still, for her to work in the very same building as me is too coincidental. It doesn't feel right. Would I have gone through with killing her if I knew she worked in my building? Don't wuss out now when you've been crazy this whole time, what? This scenario creates more questions than answers. The person that requested her death, do they also work here? It would have to be somebody who knows her well enough to want her dead. Odds are high that they work here as well.
You okay?
I realize that I've been spacing out and I turn back to Syunthia.
Yeah,
Sorry, just thinking is all.
Well, grief affects us all in different ways. I think.
You think, huh?
The details for the counseling sessions are in the email. Be sure to take up the company's offer if you think it'll help.
Thanks.
As for me, I think I'll be okay. Some quiet reflection on the matter should help clear my head.
Thanks, but I didn't ask.
Sure, okay.
Plus, I have a date with Tomoe to look forward to. It's important to look ahead in times like these, isn't it? I think I read that somewhere.
Good for you. Good for you. Go get him, cowboy.
Ugh, yeah, that's what they say.
Very well then. Do your best today, okay?
Right.
Shinya takes his leave and I let my shoulders slump. I killed someone from my office building, but I didn't know that at the time. Could my involvement be traced? Oh, so that's what she's worried about, alright. No, I was careful to cover my tracks. I deleted the photos from my computer, discarded the burner phone's SIM card, and trashed the phone itself. There's no way anyone will find out I was involved. Besides, I don't even know if authorities are treating the case as a murder. As far as general information goes, it would seem like it truly is being treated as an accident. Does the authorities not see the corpse picture you send? Is that not a thing? I'm in the clear. I know I am. However, I sure would like to uncover the identity of the person who requested Tsurumaki's death. The thought that it could be someone I work with makes me way too curious. Of course you wanna know. You're into voyeurism? Despite work being eventful this morning, the rest of the day passed quietly. Even Tomoe kept her distance from me. I wonder if I scared her off when I casually mentioned reporting her to the police. Not that I actually would report her, that would lead to the police getting mixed up in my life, and I can't really have that considering my moonlighting occupation. Especially now that I know I have a connection to Tsurumaki. I brush my hair in front of the mirror in my bedroom. I remove my makeup and reveal the ever so faint bruise on my cheek, the fading token of my fight with Tomoe. Since tonight is rather cold, I decide to snuggle up under the covers in bed with my laptop. I crawl into bed and pull the plush blankets up over myself. The warmth and softness is immediately comforting, and I have to fight the urge not to fall asleep here and now. To keep myself awake, I check the requests on my website. I'm pleasantly surprised to find there are 2 new requests. 2 in one day. My heart begins to race, and I quickly open the messages. The first message reads, Request details. Today, 11:14 AM local time. Victim's phone. Image attachment not found. No image attachment? What? I thought I configured the website to reject requests unless an image is attached. This is really irritating. I got my hopes up for nothing. It takes me a second to remember that there's another request waiting. My optimism renewed. I hurriedly click into the unread message. Request details. Today, 5:06 PM. Victim's phone. Downloading image attachment. Yes, this request has been submitted correctly. The image is loading before my eyes. The new victim is male, early 20s. He's fit and athletic looking. His clothing is casual, so it's impossible to infer what kind of work he does. The photo of him is pretty simple. I don't know if he uses it for his noise profile, or if it's an ID photo or of some sort. Either way, he looks like a happy person. I'm not so naive to pretend I can't guess at the reasons this guy is wanted dead. Perhaps an ex has submitted his details after a bad breakup, or a jealous sibling wants him out of the picture. People's motivations are purely selfish. Requesting the death of somebody is guaranteed to be motivated by self-interest. So why did somebody want Tsurumaki dead? She was so plain looking, so uninteresting. She didn't look like she was capable of even thinking about wronging somebody. Did somebody want revenge on her? Or did someone simply find her so dull that the thought of removing her from the planet seemed appealing? I realized I never keep my webcam invoice. Oh no, then your webcam. I don't know if you're able to fix the problem. I interrupt my own thoughts and return to the task at hand. Dwelling on a past victim won't do me any good if I want to continue my streak of success. This new guy is attractive. It's almost a shame to have to chop him up. Chop him up? I found the box. I'm not sure if I can use Lazada's receipt as invoice. Why not try messaging the shop and ask about it? You can check where you order from and message them, right? While we all get what's coming to us, no sense in trying to avoid scarring a pretty face. Beauty is superficial anyway. I know that as well as anyone. No one deserves to be spared just because they're good looking. Beautiful people should suffer as much as anyone else. Beautiful people do suffer as much as anyone else. Source interrupt, it's fine. Take Aoi for example. She's gorgeous, absolutely stunning, and definitely my type. But she suffers endlessly at the hands of cruel stalkers and patrons. Well, that's because, you know... Yeah, sure. Everyone suffers, beautiful or not. We all cop the crap we're dealt. So why fuss over a beautiful corpse? This guy, or Aoi, or even Tomoe on a good day. Beautiful people die the same way as the average person. So Tomoe is only beautiful on a good day. The guy on my computer screen probably doesn't really deserve to die. I'm sure there's some petty reason his death has been requested. But I take all requests seriously. I won't turn a single one down. Corpse Girl's convictions will pave the way to her fame. With a smirk and a lick of my lips, I get to work. I've got a nice clear photo here, so I can go all out on the request. I hit up the DD, the database of the deceased, and deceased. Oh my god. Diseased and deceased is completely different things, and spend some time selecting a suitable base image. I hesitate between choosing an image of a corpse with a knife in its throat, or a body soaking in a bloody bathtub with its wrist slit. Either image would do just fine, but I really want something special for this latest victim. After all, I have to top my last success, right? Another 5 or 10 minutes pass until I gasp at coming across the perfect photo. Thanks to my clever use of tags and filters on the DD, this image matches my victim's description perfectly. 20 to 30 years old, athletic build, male. The corpse's legs are severed from below the knees. Bloody stumps lick their vital fluids from on high. The body is hanging from a set of power lines on some suburban street. It's perfect. Beautiful even. It will help me create a beautiful death for a beautiful person. I kind of have to question the story behind this photo. I wonder if the police ever investigated and discovered what happened to this sucker. Well, regardless, this will serve my purpose. I download the highest resolution copy available and save it to my hard drive. My fingers trace along the computer's trackpad with practiced movements, clicking, tapping, dragging at random intervals. The night carries on. Right? She's a Photoshop Pro. She uses a trackpad. She doesn't even use a mouse or a tablet or anything. My walk through the train station this morning is confident, cocky, self-assured. When I board the train, I even managed to take a seat for the first time in a while. I withdraw a worn book from my handbag and flip open the cover. There's a name scrawled in blue ballpoint pen on the first page, but it has become faded and illegible over time. I don't quite remember where I picked up this book. Maybe I discovered it at a second-hand bookshop. Who knows? I own so many obscure tomes tomes, I think it's tomes, that I can't be expected to recall purchasing every single one. Its aged cover and weathered spine both bear the same title. False Photography, a comprehensive history of photo manipulation. Alright. The book is written in English and is a slog to work through with my limited knowledge of that language. But I like to skim through it primarily for the photographs contained within. The examples of early image doctoring from centuries ago fascinates me. The book even features techniques and studies as recent as 1993 when it was first published. It's true that a lot of the techniques discussed within are no longer relevant in today's digital age, however. There's a hearty section dedicated to the art of manipulating corpse photos, something that I am indeed very, very interested in. The most intriguing aspect of this section's content is that the featured artists perform the opposite kind of work that I do. Instead of manipulating images of the living to make them appear dead, the artists in the book edit images of the dead in order to make them look alive once more. In bygone eras when photographs of people were taken few and far between, a sect of artists dedicated themselves to honoring the memories of the deceased. They did this by making the photos taken upon death look beautiful and full of life. These photos were gifted to family members and loved ones. The tradition makes sense. Imagine if you lost someone dear to you and you had no photographs of them. Wouldn't it be wonderful to receive one last memento, a beautiful image of the way you remember them? Instead of using makeup to beautify a corpse, these artists apply paintbrush and pen directly to a photograph to seemingly bring the deceased back to life. The impressive aspect of this process is the way they illustrated the corpse's eye to look full of life. Even though it's a far cry from the work I do, I can't help but feel some sort of kinship with the artists discussed in this book. Surely we are cut from the same cloth. Paintbrush them to life? Wait, what? No, the artists draw over the photo with paintbrush to make them look more alive. The dead picture says. Browsing through the images in this book inspires me to work hard at my own photo editing. Many of the pictures are in black and white, but to me, that only drives home how impressive these old techniques were. I finished flipping through a chapter and closed the book. I hold the tattered tome close to my chest and breathe a sigh of satisfaction.
The next station is Shinjuku. The doors on the right side will open. Please change here for the Chuo line, the Shonan Shinjuku line, the Saikyo line.
I quickly stuff the book into my handbag and get ready to disembark the train. I didn't think they would paint over the photographs itself, but it makes sense. When I'm certain nobody is looking, I carefully open the lid of the large dumpster in front of me. The stench of rotten food and who knows what else assaults my senses, and I reflexively gag and splutter. The staff at the convenience store really need to seal their trash in plastic bags before tossing it in here.
Ugh, this is disgusting. I have to stop doing this.
But you're not gonna stop. The raised open lid locks into place at a 45-degree angle, allowing my now free hands to retrieve a small black object from my handbag. It's a flip phone, a cheap plastic thing with a shiny charcoal finish. I open it up and tap on the retro tactile keys, confirming that I've completely deleted all sent messages and photos. Nodding to myself, satisfied that I've covered my tracks, I eject the battery from the back of the casing and toss it in the dumpster. I then snap the phone in half along the hinge, separating the screen from the keypad. The screen tongue-tied. The screen crunches into pieces with a gratifying underneath my shoes. I retrieve the smashed parts from the asphalt, careful not to prick my finger on the sharp glass. With hardly a glance, I unceremoniously launch the broken parts of the phone into the dumpster. I clapped my hands together to dust them off, then shut the dumpster lid and hurried away. I sidle? Don't know how the word is pronounced. I settled between the brick wall of the convenience store and a narrow metal railing intended to keep people like me away from the dumpsters. Now in front of the convenience store, I finally feel I can breathe deeply without fear of inhaling the toxic contents of the dumpster. I let my lungs take their fill before nonchalantly crossing the street. That takes care of my latest burner phone. Before leaving the office building, I cracked the SIM card in half and disposed of it in the combustible trash. Now with the phone itself destroyed and discarded at a different location, my mind is at ease. It has been slightly less than 24 hours since I messaged my latest victim, that athletic guy that I may have briefly fantasized about during my restless slumber. My general rule of thumb is to keep a burner phone for exactly 24 hours after sending a photo. However, I made an exception today. I wanted to discard the phone early, clear my anxiety, and get a full night's rest tonight. Besides, it's not like anyone ever replies to the messages I send. I'd love it if they did it, but it is what it is. So really, there's no point holding on to the evidence of my wrongdoing for longer than necessary. If memory serves, I wrote tomorrow's date on the latest victim's timestamp, May 30, 10:31 AM. The victim may decide to kill himself today, of course. He could end up just like Akane Tsurumaki. But if he's anything like her, he'll hold out until just a few hours before the designated time. He'll let panic and fear boil and build inside him until he just can't take it anymore. Or someone else will come along and end it all for him. I can't be sure. I still don't know what happened to Ruri Hatano. Did she kill herself? Or did someone else snuff out her life? Either way, I'll start researching obituaries tomorrow. I'm confident that this will be another successful request. If it is, I'll truly be on a winning streak. With butterflies in my stomach, I cross the road. On my route home, I usually like to trek through the small park close to my apartment, provided the weather is decent. I avoid the park in the mornings as a lot of people walk their dogs, and I can't risk my allergies flaring out before I reach the office. In the evening, the park is much emptier. I suppose I finish work a bit earlier than most people, so while everyone else is busy, I can enjoy the fresh air and scenery. I make my way along the neat, broad dirt path that connects one side of the park to the other. Wooden benches line the path at regular intervals, and at this time of the evening, it's common to see a homeless person or two using a bench as a resting place. This city has more homeless people than the general population would care to admit. I try not to think much of it as I walk by every day. I already know that many people have it worse off than I do, but there's not exactly anything I can do to help, right? Should I be giving these people money that I can't afford to spare? Wouldn't I just end up homeless as well? I'm not exactly broke, but I live month to month on my salary. It's expensive to live on the outskirts of Akihabara, and commuting to Shinjuku every day isn't exactly cheap either. Then you add in electricity bills, phone, food. I mean, I don't eat unless I have to, but I'd starve if I didn't buy a meal every other day. And don't even get me started on the cost of the coffee I drink. Is Shinya homeless? I'm pretty sure he's not. If I'm lucky, I can score a can for 100 yen, but more often than not, I'm paying up to 150 yen for a single can. Right? Even if I were to buy canned coffee, what the hell is canned coffee? Even if I were to buy canned coffee in bulk from one of those huge variety stores like Don Coyote, I'd still only save a handful of loose change. Lurk, thank you for lurking, Etty. I wouldn't have access to the familiar selection I get at the convenience store. I'm just thankful that I don't go out for drinks after work like most of my colleagues. If I had to buy a few rounds of beer every week, my bank account would definitely dry up. By avoiding that kind of group outing, not only do I save money, but I'm also not forced to spend more time around people. It's a win-win situation. Realizing I'm trudging along the path at a snail's pace, I tell myself to speed up my gait. Wouldn't it cost cheaper if she just like buy the cheap coffee powder and just make it herself? Toward the exit of the park, the silhouettes of two people on a bench come into view. The sound of laughter carries on the wind, and I can't help but feel like I've heard the voices before. As I draw closer, a sinking sensation clutches at my stomach. I immediately get the urge to turn around, but I'm so close to home.
Aha! It's Noriko! Fancy seeing her here.
Why are you here?
Noriko's here.
Oh, why are you here? Tomoe and Shinya. Tomoe glares and flips her long hair behind her ear with a shit-eating grin on her face. Shinya looks kind of out of place outside of the office. His face is filtered by an especially uncomfortable expression. Oh my god, the VA? What's wrong with the VA? I start to wonder why these two are here, but then I recall that Tomoe did mention they were going on a date on Friday night, and he chose a park? Okay, I mean, sure. I suppose it's just my bad luck that I would run into them on the way home. Though, what are they doing here in Akihabara? I cringed a little. I have to assume that Tomoe came here on purpose just to spite me.
On your way home?
What does it look like, girl?
Uh-huh. How's your, date?
We're having a blast. Right, Chen?
Yes, of course. A great time.
Yeah, of course. I wonder if Tomoe has been dragging Shinya along against his will.
Okay, well, I'll leave you to it.
Have fun at your date.
Hey, we're gonna grab some chicken. Why don't you come with us?
No thanks.
No thanks.
I can't think of any worse way to spend an evening than eating with Tomoe.
Please come with us, Noriko.
Why, Shinya? You said you were interested in Tomoe. Shinya has a dejected look on his face. It's pitiful, but he brought this date on himself. Why should I have to bail him out?
Sorry, I've got things to do tonight.
Are
Sorry.
you sure you're not just avoiding eating? Afraid to gain a bit of fat?
No, Tomoe. I honestly don't know what to say to that.
Say, Shin, you ever seen Noriko eat anything?
You ever thought maybe it's because I'm broke?
Well, now that you mention it, she never seems to eat at the office.
I eat at home, if that's okay with you.
It's not completely a lie. Sometimes I eat at home. Sometimes I don't eat at all.
Come on, come get some chicken with us. You can throw it back up or whatever afterwards if it makes you feel better.
Are you making fun of eating disorders? She's starting to get on my nerves, I swear. She tries to identify my flaws and insecurities just so she can rub them in my face.
Tomoe, you're not being very nice to Noriko. Aren't you two supposed to be friends?
Didn't I tell you that we're not friends?
We're besties. Besties talk shit to each other, right, Noriko?
Hell no.
Right.
Huh. Fascinating.
Anyway,
speechless.
I'm going now. See you on Monday.
Okay. See you then.
Buzzkill. She's such a drag.
I let Tomoe's words hang in the air as I walk past her. I'm pretty annoyed that she dragged Shinya all the way here just to taunt me. Is this her idea of a good date? Does she care about Shinya at all, or is this whole thing just to annoy me? Tomoe dating Shinya doesn't even get under my skin. I don't have feelings for him at all. What does get on my nerves is simply the fact that Tomoe is trying so hard to get on my nerves. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if I could carry on my way home without one final interruption. Tomoe calls out to me again.
Your friend Aoi is gonna start work with us on Monday, yeah? How fun! I can't wait to meet a friend of Noriko's.
You better not bully her. I grimace. I suppose Shinya told her about that. I turned back to face them both.
Don't even think about messing with Aoi. That girl has dealt with enough crap at her last job.
Ah yes, yandere towards.
Oh, has she? Maybe big strong Noriko can protect her now.
Just because you stabbed me twice and I didn't retaliate doesn't mean I can't do shit to you.
I'd do anything for her. She's my best friend. If you had any friends of your own, you'd understand what that feels like.
Yo, I got plenty of friends. And only some of them are sluts like you.
Alright.
Yeah. I'm going.
I finally managed to disengage from the conversation, even with Tomoe's mocking laugh piercing the air. Yeah, you two are made for each other, sure. I exit the park, cross the road, and walk down the block leading to my apartment. Tomoe, I'll have to wonder if that girl exists solely to irritate me. I have to tell myself she's not worth my time. I can't let her taunts get to me. Green and buried as they say, that's what stoic, unflinching Noriko would do. Running a hand through my hair, I smile and approach my apartment building. Okay, girl. Saturday afternoon. I spent all morning trying unsuccessfully to calm my nerves. I'm anxious about finding out whether my latest victim has perished. It's afternoon now, so the time written on his photo has passed. If my work was successful, I should know soon enough. I've already set up an obituary news alert on my phone to keep me informed. Instead of sitting at home all day and waiting for my phone to go off, I decided to visit an old favorite's hangout. Public libraries don't get the credit they deserve in this age. They're quiet, calm, soothing. I can sit here for hours for free and just get lost in different worlds. Plus, they always carry works by my favorite authors. Sometimes the librarians are even kind enough to recommend titles that might fit my taste. I don't feel judged here. Nobody looks at me and mocks my clothing or my makeup. Nobody looks at me and asks if I had enough to eat lately. Nobody makes fun of me, the lonely girl in the corner reading Lovecraft and calmly stroking her hair. Every so often, I put my book aside and check my phone out of habit. Still no alerts. Have I miscalculated something? Did my latest photo not look convincing or damning enough to inspire suicide or murder? I find myself growing increasingly anxious and impatient.
Ooh, huh? You a Lovecraft nerd?
What the fuck are you? I blink twice and look up at the strange man standing over me.
Huh?
Saz, didn't mean to interrupt. Notice you're reading Lovecraft. Huh. In Japanese, too.
Do people actually say saws in real life?
Didn't know this book had been translated.
Yeah. My English isn't great, so I read the translated versions.
Except me, but saws. You don't usually say saws. I didn't know you read Lovecraft too.
That's mad. Do they translate esoteric names? Can't imagine Cthulhu being easy to write in kanji.
It's an English name. You don't usually translate English name into kanji, you translate it into katakana.
Well, it's written in katakana, so...
Course. Kojiro.
Who the fuck do you think you are? The man extends a hand and I can't tell if he wants me to shake it or pass him my book.
What?
I'm Kojiro. You?
Noriko. Kurosawa.
Nice. Just Kojiro for me. No last name. Call me Koji.
You don't have a last name?
Used to. Lost it. Fire, you know. I'm just Kojiro now.
What? This guy is weird. His clothes smell like they've been stashed in the back of a closet for a decade or two. His face is unshaven and his eyes are scarily clear and focused, despite being masked by a pair of thick glasses. Doesn't really look all that thick.
Didn't mean to keep you. Saws again. I'm looking for Nobel Sinclair. He around here?
Do I look like a librarian? Do I know who the hell Nobel Sinclair is?
I mean, I don't know. Who?
Are you looking for a book? Is this what this is?
Writer guy? Did that book about befriending the dead? The librarian told me to check these shelves.
What the fuck?
Sorry, I don't really know.
Why are you asking me?
No worries. I'll find him. You know, you look like the type who'd enjoy his books.
Why are the characters in this game so weird?
Not to judge you by your cover. Need a strong stomach, though. Messed up shit.
As much as I hate to admit it, this stranger has captured my interest.
How messed up are we talking?
Well, his first book describes dressing up corpses, taking them to dinner. Goal is to not get caught out. Mad, right?
What did I walk into? You walk into a psychological horror game called Corpse Factory? That almost every single character I've met in this game are crazy so far.
Like something out of that American movie. Weekend with Bernard? Or something like that. Second book goes nuts. Main character fills the school classroom with bodies, all dressed up as students. Runs lectures and records them, puts them online.
Never heard of that game before. Honestly, me neither, but there's like this game about battling. It's like learning Japanese in like pixel RPG game where you have battle with like hiragana, katakana, and kanji words, and I did buy like the hiragana and katakana game, so this is how I found this game, but I also don't know what the fuck it is about. Why does it sound like an otoge? It looks like an otoge until the characters go crazy. That's about all I know.
Best part? No one can figure out if these books are fiction.
He's weird too. Oh hey, I don't hate him as much as I hate Shinya because that guy is a creep, but...
Internet says Nobel Sinclair actually did these things. Says he's doing time now. Writing these books as a confession.
Right.
Interesting.
Right? It's deranged. Makes for a good bedtime reading.
You two are the same type.
Huh.
You a noise? Well, of course you are.
Yeah. You?
Yeah. At Koji. Add me if you like. We can talk shop.
At Koji. Remember, his name is Kojiro. Call him Koji.
I'm gonna find Nobel. Wish me luck.
Alright, sir. Good luck. And without so much as a glance back at me, the man walks away. I try to return to my reading, but that whole conversation just replays back in my head. What a bizarre encounter. Maybe I'll just head home for today. Being here has helped me calm down, but I am still eagerly anticipating the fate of my victim. Besides, I have to admit that I'm growing a little bit hungry. Maybe onigiri, a rice ball from the convenience store, will tide me over until tomorrow. I gather my things and stand up, letting out a little whoo as I stretch my muscles. As I head towards the sliding doors to leave the library, a little alert sounds from my phone. This is it! My phone is in my hands in less than a second, the screen unlocked and the obituary page loading before my eyes. Article posted online today, 2:39 p.m. Keywords found: tree, Mr. Accident. Numerical data range 20 to 30. Image data found? Yes. Saturday, May 30. Mr. Eiichi Hanada, 22 of Tokyo Prefecture, was pronounced dead this afternoon at a traffic intersection, 12:02 p.m. Coroner's office reports that Mr. Hanada was involved in the traffic accident. No other casualties have been reported. Mr. Hanada is survived by his fiancée, who wishes to remain anonymous. A funeral service has not yet been arranged. View image attachment? I quickly load the image attachment and can't believe my eyes. The photo is the exact same one that was sent to me through Corpse Girl's website. There can be absolutely no doubt that this is my latest victim. I've done it again. My breathing starts to quicken. My cheeks begin to grow hot. I know from experience that if I don't get somewhere private and quickly, I may very well make a fool of myself in public. I quickly glance around the library for a sign pointing to a restroom. As soon as my eyes settle on it, I dash toward it, swerving between bookshelves and through narrow aisles. There's one door for a unisex bathroom, an unremarkable beige portal. The muscles in my thighs are tightening, and I squirm as I reach for the door. My hand grasps the cool metal handle and presses down, only to be met with immovable resistance. It's locked! There's a sign on the door, a notice that I completely ignored in my haste. Hydrate and stretch, I shall. Drink. Is this MII inspired? That's what I thought too in the beginning. I also thought it was inspired by like one missed call. Stretch. Hello, agent. How have you been? How are you today? How have you been? I asked you that yesterday and I asked you that today. That's like the same thing. Closed for cleaning.
Shit!
I curse despite my best efforts to keep a low profile. My head turns frantically, looking for somewhere, anywhere, that I can sit down and remain out of sight while my body reacts erratically to my latest success.
Oh, you busted?
This guy again?
I need to use the restroom.
I hope he can't tell that the expression on my face is not one of desperation to use the facilities. To my surprise, Kojiro strides up to the restroom door and begins to slam his fists against it.
Cleaning time is over. Get out of there.
I hear a panicked yelp from within. Kojiro's commanding voice was more than a little intimidating. Within seconds, a terrified old woman emerges. She wheels a cleaning trolley around us, bows quickly, and disappears from sight.
All yours. About to hold it.
Thanks, Koji!
Thanks.
I'm doing well, taking a relaxed mental health day today. That's good. That's important. How am I this kawaii night? You know what? I'm doing pretty good. Shinya has not annoyed me that much yet. Well, he didn't appear that much yet either. Oh my, another mint-colored toilet! I dash past Kojiro, unable to believe what is happening here. I slam the door behind me and slip into a cubicle. As soon as I sit atop the toilet's closed lid, my legs begin to shake uncontrollably and I have to lean backward to steady myself. Eiichi Hanada is dead, killed in a traffic accident. That could mean anything, but I'm willing to bet that I caused his death. After seeing the photo of his dismembered corpse, he might have purposefully crashed his car. Or perhaps someone else rammed his vehicle, intent on murdering him on behalf of Corpse Girl. I still don't know how my power works. I don't know why these victims end up dead. But the cause of death ultimately doesn't matter. What matters is that Corpse Girl is victorious once more. I find myself panting, squirming, struggling to restrain myself. My vision fogs, my knuckles clench. Typical anime bathroom colors, mint or peach, really? And with barely a fanfare, I begin to cool down all of a sudden. Just like that, the overwhelming urge to explode simply flutters away. Huh? My breathing regulates, my legs solidify and rest firmly on the ground. This experience wasn't nearly as staggering as last time. Maybe because I was so confident that this victim would die, my body already prepared itself for it. Have I already become desensitized to my ability to wield death itself? I won't pretend that I'm not disappointed. That exhilarating feeling I experienced last time, the complete and utter loss of control. It was addicting. I craved experiencing it again. Still, I need to remind myself of the most important thing. I fulfilled the request issued to Corpse Girl. That's 2 new victories in a row. 2 victories in a single week. As long as requests keep coming in, I can keep achieving my goals. I can do this. Full of confidence and feeling steady once more, I exit the cubicle and leave the bathroom. Right. That strange man Kojiro is waiting for me at the end of an aisle.
Good?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for... you know... I really needed the bathroom.
This is starting to look like a detective horror series. I don't know if there's any detective thing going on. I didn't have to even make any choices so far.
Of course. Been there. Gotta go when you gotta go.
Right.
Look what I found.
Kojiro holds up a book with a plain black cover.
Will Sinclair's latest. Dazed by the Dead. It's a ripper.
Oh, what's that one about?
Falling in love with the dead. Read it already last year. Time for another go. Oh, here.
Kojiro hands another book to me, in this one with a brown cover. An illustration on the front depicts a field of flowers.
What's this?
Sinclair's first ever published work. Strange Flower. Title's nonsense. This is the one where he puts corpses in suits, treats them to meals at fancy restaurants. Loaned it out under my name. You take it. Return it before the due date. Can't risk getting fined.
Why? Can't you just like pass me the book and I rent it out myself? Like, why? Is it me or he's an adult in your school library? This is not a school library. This is public library, and the girl is not a schoolgirl. She's working, but they all look hella young. Kojiro sus. Kojiro very sus.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll be sure to read it.
Sure. Send me your thoughts and noise. Right. Be seeing you.
I think the character, at least I think the female is like 19 because her friend is 19 and because they're classmates, so she's definitely 19 and she already has a job and she has a house by herself and she's 19 years old. A brief wave of his hand and he disappears behind the closest shelves. I can't really get over how peculiar he is, but he certainly is making an effort to be friendly. I turn the heavy book over in my hands and look inside the front cover for a publication date. 2009. It's actually not that old. Definitely not as old as the fiction I normally consume. Wow, oh my god, relatability. I can't speak. Time to do a game theory? That's for MatPat. I shrug and hoist the bulky tome under my arm, then make for the library's exit. Okay. I feel uncommonly hungry on my way home, so much so that I decide to stop by a restaurant and get some dinner. I wonder if killing stirs my appetite. I often pass this establishment when I exit the train station in Akihabara. It's an old venue that serves traditional Japanese food as well as popular Western dishes. Why is this place? Caesarea? To say that I've always been curious about eating here would be accurate. I've been working hard lately, achieving my goals. I can afford to treat myself to a cooked meal, right? Why do I find it so hard to justify that? I'm even going to eat at a booth tonight. Another rarity for me. A waitress guides me to an empty booth and I slide in before looking at the menu. The house specialty, according to the menu in my hands, is grilled eel. Not exactly my favorite. In fact, seafood of any variety doesn't sit well in my stomach. I decide to pass on the specials and order something I know I can digest. Omurice sounds good. I used to eat it a lot as a kid. Omelette, rice, and ketchup. What's not to like? Plus, it's only 700 yen before tax. The waitress returns to take my order and I confidently point out what I like. She offers me a smile and hurries off to the next table. Perhaps my recent victory streak has given my courage a boost because I hardly feel awkward or anxious sitting here, surrounded by people eating and drinking on all sides. I'm somewhat calm and at ease amidst the hustle and bustle of the restaurant. I almost feel like it might be nice to have company, a friend. Perhaps Aoi or even Shinya might be nice to talk to and pass the time with. Oh well, in a way I do have some company. I retrieve a book from my handbag, the very same book Kojiro lent to me, and I open it up to the first chapter. Strange Flower, an odd, apparently meaningless title. Still, it comes highly recommended by an eccentric stranger, so it must be good. My meal arrives when I'm a few pages into the book. I thank the waitress and look at the omurice before me. It smells good. It's presented beautifully. I can probably eat at least a quarter of this portion without feeling ill. I pick out a spoon and slice through the middle of the omurice, causing a puff of steam to billow up. Throwing caution to the wind, I scoop up a good amount and bring it to my mouth. It's delicious. There's no other word to describe it. The convenience store meals I normally eat can't even compare to something like this. The egg is soft, the rice is fluffy, and there's just enough ketchup along the top. I take a second mouthful and then a third. I can't help but giggle a little at the thought of myself sitting here eating like a normal person. All the people around me probably think I'm a normal person too. Just a girl sitting at a restaurant, eating her dinner. Another quiet giggle escapes my lips and I gently dab my mouth with a napkin. I set my spoon to the side and return to the book in front of me. The author of this work certainly is interesting. Nobel Sinclair. According to the bio inside the front cover, he moved to Japan from overseas at a young age. The book was written originally in Japanese. It's not a translation, but even so, the writing style is quite unusual. I can't quite put my finger on what is strange about it. Perhaps it's the lack of complex kanji used throughout. Everything is written rather simply in hiragana, almost like the intended audience is elementary school kids. But that can't be right. The themes contained within are truly disturbing. Maybe the author just doesn't have the greatest comprehension of writing in Japanese. It's true that a lot of adults have trouble with complex kanji. Professional authors, though, not so much. Anyway, it's not like it matters too much. The book is interesting enough to keep me turning pages. I must be completely absorbed in reading because before I know it, a waitress is politely letting me know that the restaurant is closing soon. How long did she read? A lot of reading and text is therapeutic, not when I tongue-tie myself all the time. I nod and look at the plate of omurice in front of me. The meal has gone cold and I only ate 3 bites. Still, I'm feeling full now and I really enjoyed what I did eat. Can I just pack it home? I don't even feel any added weight on my hips as I get to my feet. That's definitely a positive thing. I stretch my arms and legs along, put my book in my bag and offer the waitress some money along with the bill. She doesn't even pack the food bag. I thought you don't have much money to spare. That's what I thought. Alright. Alright. Suddenly lagging, alright. Not lagging, loading. A blast of frigid night air nearly sweeps me off my feet when I step out of the restaurant. If I had known If I had known the weather was going to take a turn for the worse, I would have brought my scarf and jacket. It's the end of spring, so unpredictable cold weather is pretty rare. I guess I can't be blamed for not bundling up. Anyway, it's not raining, and I'm close to home, so it shouldn't be a problem. I head down the street and watch a few shop owners closing their stores for the night. They don't pay me any mind as I wander by. My phone bursts into life and rings out in the quiet night air. I grab it and press it close to my ear for warmth.
Hello? Aoi? Noriko? Hello? Is this a bad time?
Are you still working at the maid cafe?
No, I'm just walking home. You're out at this time of night? That's not like you.
You're a good reader? Thank you. I try my best to read.
I stopped somewhere to eat. What's up? You stopped to eat? Say, about the new job. What is it? I spoke to the manager at the maid cafe, but he said I can't quit.
You can't deny somebody of leaving their job.
He said that? Oh, well, it's not up to him. You have every right to quit. Did you tell him you've landed a new job? Yes, I told him. But he said he spent so much time and money training me that if I quit now, he'll treat it as stealing from the company and he'll call the police.
Then let him call the police.
What a load of crap! Hang on. Are you at the cafe now? Yes, I just finished my shift. We're closing up. I'll be right there. I'm only a minute away anyway. I'm going to give your manager a piece of my mind. No, Noriko, you can't. Just watch me. I'll be right there.
I end the call despite Aoi's objections. I can't believe how furious I am. Aoi finally has an escape route from that god-awful job and now the manager won't let her quit. That has to be illegal. I never met her manager, but I can just imagine his type. A self-important, wretched, greedy pig thinks he's the king of the world because he runs a shady maid cafe in the back streets. Well, I won't stand for it. People like him are the ones that should be reported to Corpse Girl's website. I'd love to target victims like that. I change direction and take up a running pace. The cool air against my face is kind of nice now that my body is warming up a little. Thankfully, there is hardly anyone around this time of night, so I don't feel particularly embarrassed by running in public. I'm not a terribly fit person, so it isn't long before I feel out of breath. I come to a stop at the end of the street, heaving and clutching my chest.
Okay. I'm okay. Deep breaths.
After taking a moment to collect myself, I start back up. Walking briskly this time, I can see the maid cafe's illuminated sign ahead of me. I approach the entrance and read the neon board. Chateau de Crystal. I don't know if I read that right. Welcome home, master. Drinks from just 400 yen. Table charge 500 yen per person. Open till 10 p.m. every night. I pass the sign and reach for the door handle just as somebody hurriedly throws the door open and emerges.
Noriko?
Hello, Aoi.
Aoi, told you I'd be here.
I'm really glad to see you.
Aoi gives me a brief wave. She fidgets nervously and straightens the ruffles of her dress.
I can't believe you have to wear this ridiculous outfit.
She's working at a maid cafe, so it's understandable.
Yeah,
okay?
but the costume isn't the worst part of the job.
I know. Listen, is your manager still here?
Always hesitates, then shakes her head sadly.
You just missed him. There are only a few girls inside closing up.
Damn it. Ugh, I really wanted to give him a piece of my mind.
Just, you know, when Monday comes, just go and work at Temujin and just don't show up at the maid cafes. It's fine.
Noriko, it's fine. I can continue working here.
Why? Just don't go to work. It's easy.
Hell no! Don't even pretend it's okay. This place is torturing you. You have that customer that always gropes you, and now your manager is controlling you?
Exactly
I
what she
won't
said.
stand for it, and you shouldn't either.
But what can I do?
Just don't show up to work. She works at Etty's cafe. Are you saying that Etty is the bad manager? I'm honestly stumped by the question. In all my hastiness to get here, I never even thought through a plan for Aoi. It's so easy, just don't show up to work. Damn it, that heartbreaking expression on her face. I just want to grab her, hug her, tell her everything's going to be okay. So why can't I? Because you're weak. Sorry.
I know you don't feel like it, but you're the strongest girl I know. All the shit you've dealt with over the years, all the shit you're still dealing with, you're brave, whether you know it or not. My issues pale in comparison to yours, but you still get up each and every day and do your best. I'm proud of you, and I want to make things easier for you. Come work with me at Temujin. Just leave this place behind. Forget all about it.
Noriko.
You're my best friend. You always will be. Even if we can't be anything more than that, I'm happy just having you in my life.
Confession. It's a confession of love. Etty's a good manager, but I'm currently the Neko maid. Now we all know Agents is actually a Neko maid.
I'd do anything for you, Aoi. I hope you realize that.
Right.
Of course. I know. Thank you, Noriko.
Let's get out of here. It's really late. Come back to my place.
You know I can't. All my things are at home, and I need to check everything first. Otherwise...
I nod calmly. I understand. I can't push her too much.
Don't worry. I get it.
And the thing is, I can't just run away from this place.
Why?
That stalking customer. He knows where I live, and, well, if I stop showing up to work, he said he'll visit me at home.
Then if you stop showing up at work, just go to Noriko's place, then I don't know.
Why don't we go to the police?
I can't do that!
Oh, it's starting to rain. Without warning, Aoi bursts into tears just as rain begins to spill from the clouds.
I can't get him in trouble. I just can't.
Why?
Aoi, what?
Why?
Where is he?
He's... family.
What the fuck? What the fuck? She's getting sexually harassed. She's getting sexually assaulted by family. What the fuck? I bought the costume and pasted you on Discord. Okay. I will go check it out later. Right now I am reeling from this story. What the fuck? A gust of wind blows down the narrow street, causing my hair to whip wildly in my face. I brush it out of my eyes and mouth, only to see Aoi standing still, her head down.
Stalker. He's... family?
Who cares if it's family? Who cares if it's family? Like, just fucking, like... Oh, call the police, man, call the police! Yo, is this a parody of Corpse Party? No. It's a completely different story, and it's psychological horror instead of purely horror.
I could never bring myself to tell you, but surely you must have wondered why I've put up with it for so long.
So you're saying that you put up with it because it's his family, and he's 52 years old, whereas you're 19 years old, so he's either an uncle or your father.
I don't know what to say. I'm stunned.
The sound of rain isn't even looping, that's like the slight pause before it starts up again. That's great.
You're putting up with it because you don't want him arrested.
Yes. If he goes to prison, the rest of my family will disown me. And I'll truly have no one.
What the fuck? You still have Noriko. I mean, you won't have family anymore, but you still have Noriko. And I think that's better than your fucking family who clearly doesn't care about you.
You have me.
You know what I mean. I'm just going to go home for tonight. Thanks for coming out to see me, Noriko.
What the hell? What the hell? Aoi turns on her heel and strolls away, the click-clack of her shoes against the wet pavement echoing through the street.
Aoi.
She doesn't hear me breathe her name as she disappears into the darkness. That poor girl. There has to be something I can do. Go after Aoi or give her some space. So this is the first choice I get so far in this game, and it's almost 4 hours of gameplay before I have like... I'm gonna go after her. I can't let her go. I can't let her just walk away, as sad and helpless as she is. My legs lurch forward of their own volition, propelling my body through the rain-soaked street.
Aoi! Aoi, come back!
Come back! My shout echoes in the night, my weightless words falling through the air like the very rain that patters against my face. Aoi's silhouette is just out of reach. If only my weak body could pick up its pace, the rain sound just looked faded out and looked back again. I might be able to reach her before she fades away. Oh. This first look of disgust on Aoi's face. Her unexpected command fulfills its purpose. I halt, my shoes skidding along the wet ground. Aoi is closer than I expected her to be. Perhaps due to some trick of the light and rain, she simply seemed further away to my tired eyes.
Aoi, please, let me help you.
Oh.
There's nothing to be done.
She's disgusted at me.
Why can't you take a hint? You just never give up, do you? You just want to smother me.
What?
You don't trust me to handle things on my own.
Oh, girl.
That's not it. I just care for you so much.
I know that. You think you haven't made that clear in the past?
Oh? May have some backstory? Rarely have I ever seen Aoi this angry. She's well past the point of being simply upset now. She's truly furious. Have I overstepped a boundary?
You're not my guardian angel, or my savior, or whatever. This is my life, Noriko. It's not your sick fantasy, where you swoop in and act like my knight in shining armor.
Aoi,
Shut up! Just shut up! You always take it one step too far. Just leave me alone.
I can't get another word in before she vanishes into the night. I reach a hand out into the darkness like some foolish attempt to stop her, but I know it's pointless. She made her thoughts perfectly clear. She doesn't need or want my help. Even if she cares for me, she doesn't love me in the same way I love her, and I don't think she ever will. I sigh and look up at the thick cloak of clouds above, and the rain just looked again. The rain continues to fall. 8-year Seiyu. Not so 8-year storyline, I don't think. Sunday afternoon. Should we look at what does in the other one? Let's save it at Fall 5, I guess. Let's see what happens if you don't chase after her. Always it's gone and I didn't lift a finger to try and stop her. I know her well. If I chase her, pursue her, she'll just resent me for it. Okay? It took a long time for her to heal the wounds I inflicted last time I pursued her relentlessly, so something did happen to them in the past. The best thing to do is give her space, let her sort her own thoughts out. She'll talk to me when she's well and ready. I just need to be patient with her. My phone rings, the sound slicing through the patter of rain. Oh, this didn't happen here in the other route. It's Aoi. Of course it is.
Hey.
I see.
Noriko.
The girl bursts into tears. Her sobs reverberate. I can't read that word. I definitely can't read that word through my ears. Reverberating? Something like that?
I can't do it anymore.
So in this route, she has her thoughts come out, and in the other route, her thoughts is smothered by you, literally.
All my life people have abused me, taken advantage of me. What did I do? What did I do wrong? You never did anything wrong, Aoi. I can't explain other people's behavior. And I can't truly understand what you've been through. Sorry. I know that's not what you want to hear. What do you do when it all gets too much, Noriko? Me? Well, I mean, you know me better than anyone. When it all gets too much,
I run, I hide away, I tuck myself in my apartment and swear to never leave the safety of its walls.
Put it this way. I don't deal with things as well as I should. Me neither. When things get overwhelming, my mind feels frazzled. And everything just gets worse and worse. I get caught up in little rituals, little habits. And I can't break free. I can't tear my mind away from the repetition. From the endless doubting. and second guessing.
I know.
I can't keep going like this. Something has to change.
As much as I want to help you, this is something only you can do, Aoi.
Yeah.
But if nothing else, I'll always be here for you.
Definitely quarantining is the way to go in this game.
Whether you want to break down and cry on my shoulder, or use me as a punching bag, or just vent to me.
That's kinda heavy, Noriko. That's kinda heavy, not gonna lie.
I'll be here.
Noriko, thank you. I think you finally understand.
You finally understand. Okay.
I'm trying, girl. I really am.
I'm going to make a change. I'm going to quit my stupid job and join you at work on Monday.
Do it, Aoi, do it.
I promise I am going to get through this.
I know you are. I never doubted you.
Thank you. I'll talk to you later. Okay?
I'll look forward to it.
Okay, so there's more character development in this one because you didn't choose the wrong choice, I guess, even though it's been 4 hours of gameplay and you only get one choice. Aoi ends the call. I'm not sure if I feel better after that discussion, and I can't honestly tell if Aoi feels better either. I sigh and look up at the thick cloak of clouds above. The rain continues to fall. Go Aoi, unleash omae wa mo shinderu. Alright, okay, so that's the good route, so let's save that as well. Because I'm sure with visual novel games, right, with visual novel games there are always the good end, the bad end, and true end or some shit, so I'm sure this is the same thing. I'm gonna save all the correct choices in like file 2. Actually no. This should be where I save all the choices, so I'll just save at 16, man. The library yesterday was nice, but I don't want to hang out there again today. So far I've spent the day simply reading at home and brewing the occasional cup of tea to stave off my hunger. I keep checking my phone, but Aoi hasn't replied to any of my texts. Even when I call, she lets it go to voicemail. I don't even have any new requests to attend to. I was hoping I would get at least one this weekend to help occupy my time. To take a break from reading Strange Flower, I decide to browse through Noise and see what's happening in my social circle. Oh no, voyeurism. Though I'm not close to any of the people I'm connected to, save for Aoi, reading through their posts always lifts my mood. I wonder why. Rather annoyingly, the first post I come across is from Tomoe. Komomo, 9 minutes ago. Bitches be tripping if they think they gonna steal my man. With thick as thieves. He getting lucky tonight, XX. The gobbled post is accompanied by a photo of her and Syunthia getting cozy together. Good for them! Syunthia looks more than a little nervous. I would be willing to bet that Tomoe is the first girl he's ever snuggled like this. I can't quite figure out why she's so interested in him, or why he's into her for that matter. At first I thought Tomoe was just trying to bug me, to annoy me, by pursuing someone she thought I wanted. But surely this is taking it too far, right? Haven't I made it clear that I just don't care, and haven't you thought that maybe she just likes Syunthia? I don't know. As for Syunthia, maybe that boy really is into the blow-up doll look. I guess I understand him less than I originally thought. I noticed that I've been frowning while looking at Tomoe's post, so I decide to slam my butter down on the thumbs down button. Why? Just like it instead! A little text box below the post now reads, Noriko Kurosawa disliked this. My frown breaks and I smirk. It feels somewhat satisfying to publicly dislike Tomoe's post. Right. I can imagine Tomoe's face going tomato red when she reads the notification. With a little giggle, I scroll past the post and keep browsing my feed. As expected, it doesn't take long to find a post from Syunthia himself. It's out of character for him, but he's actually not posting about criminal cases and detective work for once. Syunthia with a capital S Fujikawa. 13 hours ago. I never believed in love until I met her. She swept me off my feet and showed me how to become a better man. She makes me want to be the best person I can be. My heart goes out to my darling Tomoe. 2 days together and counting. He's such a creep. I look forward to every day because of you. Thank you. I involuntarily gag and continue scrolling. Nothing else in my newsfeed really compares to those last posts. My sister wrote something about her sucky job, and a few coworkers posted about how grief-stricken they were about Akane Tsurumaki passing away unexpectedly. Wow, 2 days together, what an achievement! I know, right? God, I hate that guy. Akane Tsurumaki, followed closely by Eiichi Hanada, and long before them both, Ruri Hatano, the one who started it all. 3 strangers, 3 people dead, all because of Corpse Girl. People wanted them dead, and because of that, I also wanted them dead. I won't forget their names. When Corpse Girl rises above the muck and filth in this world and becomes truly famous, I'll share a toast to their memories. Until then, I need to trudge forward. I need new targets, new victims to launch Corpse Girl's name into the stars. If Corpse Girl's website becomes more than an urban legend, more than a rumor whispered off in the shadows, then no, I need to take it slow. I can't get too far ahead of myself. I still need to put in a lot of work before I can attain my goal. But the only way I can move forward is if more requests come through the website. There has to be a way to promote the site. Flashy advertising is out of the question. I don't want the site looking like a gimmick people can visit simply to pass the time. I need word of mouth. Testimonials. So far the site has claimed 3 victims. I need the original requesters to spread the word about how effective the website really is. Yes, that would be perfect, but I obviously can't get in touch with them now. They remain anonymous when they request a death. No one would really put in their contact details when doing something so shady anyway. I sigh and scratch my head. Thinking about it like this won't do me any good. Maybe I should come back to it later. I reach for my laptop sitting on the couch next to me. Maybe I'll take just one more look for new requests. You never know, right? I log into the administration panel of Corpse Girl's website and check for notifications. 1 new request. Request details. Today, 3:31 PM local time. Victim's phone. Downloading image attachment. Wait, 3:31 PM? This was submitted just a few minutes ago. What are the chances I would check the incoming request so soon after receiving a new one? Is it me? Is it from Tomoe? My heart begins to race as the attached photo downloads to my computer. I'm excited about the prospect of working on a new request for the rest of the evening. Who will be the poor sucker to succumb to Corpse Girl's whims? Will another beautiful corpse be left in my wake? Of course it's me! My heart skips a bit and my hands instantly turn cold. What the hell? A photo of myself appears on screen. It's the very same image used for my company ID tag. I'm not smiling, in the photo or in real life. Is this some kind of joke? Somebody has requested my death. Somebody has requested my death.
Somebody wants me dead?
Clearly. Oh, she's going crazy. Oh boy.
I can't believe it! It finally happened! I know exactly who requested my death!
Do you now?
Tomoe!
What if it's Shinya? You'll never know.
That stupid, vapid bitch!
Tomoe Watanabe, the one person who hates me more than I hate myself. Of course, she is the one who uploaded my photo. Of course, she wants Corpse Girl to take care of me. She's been looking for somebody to test the website on. Her noise post from the start of the week confirms that. And she has been getting increasingly obsessed with tormenting me lately. I'm willing to bet that when I disliked her latest post, it finally triggered her to request my death.
Tomoe, you brainless whore! I am Corpse Girl!
God, she's crazy. In a fit of manic laughter, I set to work dismembering my photo. I'm going to make my corpse look so realistic that she'll think she really succeeded in getting me killed. And then, when her guard is down... That's a pretty bad laughter, I would say. I don't know. I get that she was trying to sound crazy, but... Monday morning.
No sign of Sato yet? I wonder if she got held up.
Oh my, how many songs did I miss? None.
It's not exactly professional to be late on your first day of work.
Come on. I grind my teeth and hope that Syunthia can't sense my anxiety.
She'll be here.
I don't believe the bitter words that tumble out of my mouth. I sent another message to our seemingly abandoned phone, not really expecting a reply.
Actually, she's not the only one absent. Tomoe isn't here either.
He doesn't need to tell me that. I've been watching her desk like a hawk ever since I came in this morning. There's a small surprise waiting for her in her top desk drawer, courtesy of yours truly. I've been eagerly anticipating her arrival for an hour now.
Had a late night last night, so I wonder if she woke up on time.
I don't need your gritty details of your expertise with Tomoe. I taste something foul in my mouth. I don't really need Shinya's recap of his night with Tomoe.
Don't you have work to do?
Of course, I need to.
His vocalized thoughts trail off as he wanders away. I return my focus to the keyboard in front of me. As I type, letters scroll across my screen seemingly slower than usual. No Aoi, no Tomoe. The static drone of the office environment is just as loud as ever, but without those two here, something feels off. Aoi shouldn't be missing her first day of work. Did something happen to her with that stalker family member of hers? And say what you want about Tomoe, at the very least, she's punctual. For her to be this late is very unusual.
Kurosawa, a word, if you please.
Who the fuck are you? A soft but sharp voice snaps me out of my thoughts. I look up to find a middle-aged woman standing over me. She does not look middle-aged at all. One hand beckoning in an intimidating fashion. Kotomi Ida, an executive who oversees a lot of the juniors on this floor. I deal with her a few times a week. She's a serious and critical person, but I've seen a warmer side of her when she chats with colleagues of her own level.
Miss Ida, did you need something?
Please, come with me.
Yes, ma'am. I reluctantly rise from my chair and follow her through the office. She leads me to one of the glass-screened cubicles that line one wall of the office. Special spaces reserved for meetings and temporary workstations.
Take a seat.
I follow her instructions, sitting down on one of the bright and colorful plastic chairs that fill the small enclosure.
A new employee was supposed to start work today. Sato, an acquaintance of yours, if I'm not mistaken.
Why is the way you pronounce Sato such different?
That's right. I've been trying to get in contact with her.
I see. You understand that it doesn't reflect well on Sato's character if she can't arrive on time for her first day of work, correct?
Of course, ma'am.
Yes, I understand. Believe me, it is very out of the ordinary for her to do something like this.
I'm sure. Fujikawa recommended Sato for the job based on your personal request. You need to be aware that since Fujikawa holds rank over you, he is the one who will be reprimanded for hiring an unsuitable employee.
Getting threatened.
Now, I wouldn't go so far as to say that he will be punished. Rather, his recommendations will be denied for the foreseeable future.
Damn.
And any attempt he makes to climb the ladder, so to speak, will be vehemently refused by the other executives.
This is one tough thing.
Isn't that a bit extreme? All of that because of one temp employee that didn't show up for work?
He couldn't control that, could he?
That's the way these things go. I've seen it dozens of times. The reason I'm telling you this is because you should feel some sort of responsibility to apologize to Fujikawa.
Right.
I had no idea. Honestly,
Enough. This isn't an open discussion. Apologize to Fujikawa. and see if he will find it in his heart to forgive you.
Well, I'm
And
fucked.
please advise him to seek employment elsewhere. I don't foresee his career with us flourishing anytime soon.
God damn.
That's all.
Kotomi abruptly exits the cubicle and leaves me alone, sitting in a stupid-looking green plastic chair. I take some time to compose my thoughts before also walking out. I don't know what to say to Shinya. I don't even know if I should say anything. Surely Kotomi is being a bit extreme in effectively halting Shinya's career at Temujin. This is all because I recommended Aoi for the job. I feel like an idiot, but how was I to know that Aoi would prove unreliable? Still, it's far too extreme. Kotomi is out of line. Something else is at play here, I can feel it. Maybe Kotomi wants Shinya gone for her own reasons, but I can't imagine why. He's a junior employee and not exactly the type to step on anyone's toes and make enemies. I return to my desk in a bit of a half-end slump in my swivel chair. My eyes fall on the empty can of coffee next to my computer screen, and I begin to wish I'd purchased more than one this morning. Glancing over the top of my screen, I can see that Tomoe still hasn't arrived. Maybe I'll have to wait until tomorrow for her to find the gift I left for her. I'm sure she'll love it. Poor guy. What happened to Aoi though? I don't enjoy my walk home through the park this evening as much as I normally do. There are too many things weighing on my mind. Aoi, Tomoe, Shinya, and Kotomi. Why is it that I'm increasingly finding myself drawn into office drama? I don't want to deal with any of it. I just want to pursue my own goals. Working at the office is a means to an end. A way to keep a roof over my head and have the money to achieve corpse girls' ambitions. If I could quit, I would, but I can't. Not just yet. I wonder if I could monetize Corp Girls' services. Users could pay a fee to request that. Or I could even just accept donations. But I get the sinking feeling that asking for money would reduce the amount of requests I get. The number of requests coming in is already depressingly low. If I reduce it any further, I'd be in trouble. As I draw closer to my apartment building, my phone cries out for attention. I bring it to my ear with a swift hand.
Aoi?
Noriko.
What's the deal? I've been trying to get in touch with you all day.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I couldn't bring myself to come into the office.
Right.
Yeah, well, I gathered that. Tell me why.
You know, just the stuff I normally have to deal with.
For real? What are we talking about here? Stalkers? Or your own battles?
I left the apartment twice. I really did. But I had to go back inside each time because it didn't feel right. I had to check a few things and then check again, and in the end, I gave up and laid in bed. I must have fallen asleep because when I looked at the time, it was already late.
You done fucked up. I sigh angrily and hope that Aoi doesn't hear me.
Alright. It sounds like you had a rough day. I'm sorry, but the situation isn't great. I'm just going to be honest with you, okay? I don't think they'll be happy with you if you come in tomorrow. If I were you, I'd write a polite letter of resignation and just forget about the job. Shinya's been kind of thrown under the bus because of this.
Shinya? Why?
I'm not too sure myself. Since he got you the job, I suppose he was somewhat responsible for you. But because you didn't come in, it sounds like his career's in
You done
real
fucked
jeopardy.
up, Aoi. You done fucked up.
God. Oh no.
Take a breath. You didn't know something like this would happen. I didn't either. I think this one exec has it out for him or something because it's too much of an overreaction.
I can't believe it. I never wanted to cost him his job.
I know. You didn't mean for this to happen. Look, I'll try and smooth things out a little. I'll talk to Shinya tomorrow. You need to look after yourself right now, okay? Promise me you'll just take it easy tonight and relax.
I don't know if you should be so lax on her.
Okay.
Forget this ever happened. Noriko will look after everything.
Right.
Thank you, Noriko.
Okay. Get some rest. Talk to you soon, Aoi.
Bye-bye.
I end the call with a heavy heart. I don't actually have any idea what to do. When it comes to Aoi, I always feel obligated to just tell her everything. Not everything, anything that will help her feel better, which is being too kind of her, really, and if I could actually follow through with my words and genuinely make things better for her, then, well, maybe we'd have a bit of a different relationship than we do now, but I probably missed my opportunity for that a long time ago. In senior high school, I was never really truly understanding of her, and that cost me too much. Things are different now, of course. I've seen what she goes through. I like to think I understand her a lot more now. My feelings for her are true and not muddled in sympathy or pity. If this was a different life, and I hadn't made all those stupid mistakes, I would be happy to be with her. But now, the best I can hope for is that she wants to remain friends with me, and that will have to be enough to satisfy me. Yo, that voice. A trickle of icy sweat drips down my spine. In the near distance, sitting on the bench close to the park's exit, is an easily recognizable figure. Alright, I'm back. What I missed? Welcome back, Ati. You missed that Shinya and Tomoe are now officially together, and Aoi done fucked up and is going to cost Shinya his career at Tenmujin, and that's about it.
Come here.
Oh, you're dressed differently. I freeze in my tracks. My body wants to keep walking to reach the familiar safety of my home, but my brain is engaging its fight or flight mode. Torn between my options, I find myself completely stationary.
Come on, I won't hurt you.
Not trustworthy when you've slapped me twice.
Tomoe.
There's no doubt in my mind that she's been waiting for me here all afternoon. She knows my route home. That's obvious since I last encountered her and Shinya in this very same park. I can't help but tense up as she leaps off the bench and approaches
You're
me.
into weird shit, right? Like, occult stuff?
Maybe? Is that what you came here to ask me?
What, why she's mine? You're too late, man, you're too late.
Nah, just listen, okay? I wanted the opinion of someone freakier than me.
She really knows how to flatter a girl.
It's kinda dumb, you know, but... Have you heard of that Corpse Girl website thing?
Who does she think she's talking to? More importantly, how should I respond?
I've heard rumors.
Yeah, right? I heard rumors too, so I checked it out. I thought the whole thing was really funny. Like, could it be for real? Anyway, maybe I kinda used it to request a death.
Yeah.
Is that so?
Tomoe has pretty much straight up admitted that she was the one who requested my death. After all, I know exactly how many requests come through the site. The latest one had to have been from her.
Yeah, and, well, you know how the site works, right?
Fill me in.
All you do is put in a photo of a bitch and her phone number. Then she's supposed to drop dead. Simple as that. Thing is, no one knows how it works. Or if it works, actually.
Right. Okay, so you requested somebody's death, and what happened?
Well...
This is it. This is where she admits that she uploaded my photo. I've caught her red-handed.
See, the dumb bitch went and died.
Okay, so she wasn't the one who requested my dead photo? Did she request the Zurumaki? I blinked a few times. I'm positive I didn't hear that right.
What did you say?
The chick whose photo I uploaded. She's deader than a doorknob.
Who is Tomoe referring to? My mind is racing frantically, scanning through the list of Corpse Girls victims over the past few months. The only people who have died recently are Akane Tsurumaki and Eiichi Hanada. Tomoe is talking about a female, so that rules out Eiichi. Then there's Ruri Hatano, but she died such a long time ago. Last year, in fact. Surely Tomoe wasn't the one who requested her death. It was way too long ago for her to be bringing up now. That leads me to believe that the only person Tomoe could be talking about is Akane Tsurumaki. Or has somebody else died? Somebody I never found out about. That's impossible. I've been so thorough in searching for the results of my work. The only victim that Tomoe could be talking about is Akane. But wait, no, that still can't be right. Tomoe requested my death. Somebody, Tomoe, uploaded my photo to Corpse Ghost's website just recently. I take a deep breath, swallow hard, and open my mouth.
Tomoe, what you're saying is really serious. Are you sure this person died?
Are you sure?
Yep, no doubt. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about.
After you stabbed me twice?
If you're good with this occult junk, how do you think she died from a website? Do you reckon my request really killed her? Cause I don't really want this shit on my conscience, you know?
I don't know what to say.
Come on. I was only really joking around with the website. Didn't think for a second that it could really work.
Uh-huh.
But now, this bitch is cold in the ground, and I can't sleep at night. Keeping Syunthia close is the only thing making me calm lately.
Listen, you hear that? Etty, you hear that? You have no part in this. Tomoe seems to be showing a little remorse, which I didn't think she had it in her. If she thought that website was a joke, then fair enough. It's only natural that she'd want to play around with it. Then again, I'm kind of offended that she figured the whole thing was fake. Corpse Girl has worked too damn hard to be considered a joke. But I want to get to the bottom of this. I need to find out whose death Tomoe requested. And more importantly, the question of who requested my own death remains unanswered.
Tomoe, what's the name of the person you requested to die?
Her name? Oh, you might know her.
It was that skank from our office, Akane Tsurumaki.
Oh, so she did cause the death of Akane Tsurumaki. Sure enough, she's well and truly dead. Tomoe isn't wrong in believing that the website killed Akane. Tomoe once posted on Noise about wanting to try the website and she was waiting to find someone to try it on. If I recall correctly, the request for Akane's death came through Corpse Ghost's website shortly after I read that post. Perhaps Tomoe made the request on the very same day. So then Tomoe was the one responsible. I assumed the person who requested Akane's death was someone in our office, but I never figured it would be a junior data entry temp like Tomoe. How did Tomoe even know Akane? I can't see how their paths would have crossed in such a large office building.
Yo, Psycho, you in there?
I don't know if you want to call me Psycho when you're here to ask me for help, but okay. Damn, all I want is to fix her? Well, too late, too late. She's got Syunthia for that. I snap all my thoughts and meet Tomoe's dead-eyed gaze.
Your professional opinion, can a website really kill someone?
I'm torn between giving two replies. I could state that I believe the website worked and therefore help increase Corpse Ghost's credibility, or I could play it safe and make sure I'm not suspected of any involvement. Covered that I am, I decide to play it safe.
No, absolutely not. A website can't kill someone.
Technically true that a website can't kill someone.
Yeah, I figured. Guess it's just a coincidence that she died. You reckon I'm not guilty then? I didn't really want the bitch dead anyway. I was just mucking around.
Yeah, you're not guilty.
Thank God. That's a real weight off my elbows, you know?
Thank God.
I sure as shit won't mess around with sites like that again, though. I'm gonna play it real straight from now on.
Good for you.
I gotta get my life together. I got a man to look after now.
Oh, look at her. You don't even need to fix her anymore, Etty. She's got Syunthia.
Right. Well, good luck with that.
Syun is scared. All I want right now is to get back and figure out who the hell uploaded a photo of me to the website. My mind is reeling and I'm not in the right headspace to listen to Tomoe's drivel any longer.
For what it's worth, which ain't much. Thanks. Thanks for putting my mind at ease. I know we ain't always seen eye to eye and, well, nah. That's about it for now.
For a fleeting moment, I imagined that she was about to apologize for assaulting me last week. That possibility disappeared from my mind almost as soon as it had appeared.
See you tomorrow.
She waves almost sheepishly and wanders back through the park in the direction that I came from. Right, time to go home. I can't relax until I know who requested my death. If it wasn't Tomoe, then this situation could be a lot more serious than I originally thought. If it wasn't because of my petty squabbles with her, then someone really wants me dead. Ooh. And you left a gift for her in her drawer. I don't know if you remember that, but you know, I can't sleep. It must be past 3 a.m. Countless hours have passed since I started trying to figure out who requested my death. I've run through every possible candidate and their potential reasons 1,000 times. I've replayed every encounter I've ever had with every person I've ever met, and I'm drawing a blank. I don't know who wants me dead. I'm not so vain to think that everybody likes me. I'm sure a hell of a lot of people don't like me very much at all. But does anyone not like me enough to want me dead, to nominate me for Corpse Girl to claim as her prey? I take the solace in the fact that my life isn't actually in danger. Corpse Girl's victims are only brought low by my hand. Though my convictions are strong and I never refuse a request, taking my own life is absolutely out of the question. This is the one and only request I will ever refuse, and it's not for the sake of my own life, but rather for the sake of Corpse Girl's continued existence. I will not let her die and be buried with me. However, now that I've eaten off the knowledge that somebody genuinely wants me dead, I can't cure my upset stomach. No amount of mental reassurance will quell the sickness rising inside of me. The top candidates are, of course, those closest to me. I've crossed Tomoe off the list. Her relief at knowing Akane Zurumaki's death wasn't her fault convinced me that she wouldn't make the mistake of messing with the website twice. Add to the fact that she came to me for reassurance, well, it's safe to say that she's not the person I'm looking for. So that leaves the people I deal with on a daily basis. Aoi Sato, my best friend since junior high and the first person I ever fell for. She rejected me gracefully during senior high, so gracefully that we still remain friends to this day. Would she want me dead? It's doubtful. She wouldn't even report her stalker, a guy who she is apparently related to the police because she didn't want him arrested. Then there's Shinya Fujikawa, another acquaintance from school and now my co-worker. He has even gone so far as to call us friends now that we're connected on Noise. I've never been romantically interested in him, but I was under the false impression that he had feelings for me. He's a wannabe detective, but he doesn't have the competence to follow in his father's footsteps. He doesn't strike me as the type to want somebody dead, let alone to go through with requesting somebody's death. Still, quiet, guarded people like him can really surprise you. When you take those three out of the equation, the people I deal with daily are very few. There are the higher-ups and execs at work, like Kotomi Ida, but our dealings are so short and simple that I'm sure I barely even register on their radar. If I extend my list of candidates to include people that I don't deal with regularly, but who are technically still part of my life, then the list gets a little more interesting and harder to narrow down. Kenji and Momo Ogawa, the father and daughter living in my apartment building. They are sweet, kind, and considerate. Couldn't imagine they'd want to kill me unless I'm really using up too much of their internet bandwidth and they just can't take it anymore. That's my elder sister, of course, Yuriko Kurosawa. We haven't talked in over a year at least. She's scum, but probably not the type to randomly elect her own sister for death. Probably. She's on parole, so I have to believe she wouldn't do anything to jeopardize her freedom. And there's mother, Asuna Kurosawa. She's simply not in a position to submit my details to Corpse Girl's website. My struggling brain can't think of anyone else currently in my life. I have a very small social circle. It's true. All the people that fill my noise newsfeed have either already been named on this list, or they are from such a small, long ago part of my life that they wouldn't even remember I exist anymore. And then, suddenly, and without warning, a face pops into my mind with startling clarity. That guy from the library. Kojiro, was it? Kojiro with no surname? He was bizarre, eccentric, didn't seem like the type of person that gets outside much. Kind of like me, I suppose. His eyes were so clear it was unnerving. They say the eyes are the window to the soul, but I couldn't see anything of substance through his lenses. Out of everyone I've mentally listed, he seems like the person most capable of taking someone's life. That's a biased opinion, based on little to no knowledge of him. It's just the impression he gives. However, I have to ask myself, would he want me dead? Me? A person he met one time at the library? In addition, the photo of me that was uploaded to my website was from Temujin's corporate system. It's the very same picture that I wear on my ID tag. How would Kojiro have accessed it? If he was going to upload a photo of me, he would have found my noise profile and used an image from one of my albums. There aren't too many photos of me on there, but there are enough to identify me. The guy is suspicious, but I don't think he's the one I'm looking for. Yet, I can't get his face out of my mind. On a whim, I snatched my phone from my beside me. Alright, and unlocked the screen. The bright light shines like a beacon in the darkness and nearly blinds me, but I squint and navigate to the noise app. Kojiro. He told me his noise tag, didn't he? If I can remember it, it'll save me the hassle of having to look through hundreds of profiles with the same name just to find him. What was it? At Kojiro? No, too simple. At Koji something is at Koji Koji. I start to type different variations until an auto-predicted results pops up. At Koji Koji. That's the one. I type the result and instantly arrive at his profile. The info in his About Me section is pretty vague, but judging by the display photo, I'm certain this is the right guy. At Koji Koji. Just your average guy, taking my days one at a time. Introvert. Anti-social, anti-establishment, anti-everything. Brackets, lol. I like peanut butter though. I scroll through his feed and see that he hasn't posted anything for quite some time. His most recent post is from about a year ago and is just an updated version of his display picture, where he has cropped out a woman's face and body so the focus is just on him. I open up a direct message to him and start typing. At Noriko. Hey, is this Kojiro from the library? It's Noriko. Kurosawa. Since it's past 3 AM, I'm not expecting a reply until I instantly receive a message in response. Hydrate and posture check. I'm sitting straight. I will drink water though. At Koji Koji. Hi. Late night? He replied so quickly. I swallow and gather the nerve to ask him what's on my mind. Yes, I can't sleep. Have you heard of Corpse Girl's website? The screen states that he's currently typing a message, but then the notification simply disappears, and no message comes through. Is he ignoring me? Then, yes. So he does know about the website. The question is, was he already familiar with it, or did he just look it up after I mentioned it? What are your thoughts? Is it real? Yes, love it. Big fan. I see. Me too. Have you used it? No, well, no, not yet. Don't hate anyone enough. It's hard to get a sense of his emotions through his replies. I can't tell if he's being sincere or not. Wait, have you used it? Tell me. Tell me details. Does it work? No, I haven't used it, but it's popular in my office. I don't know why I wrote that, or why I ended the message with a question mark. I shake my head and wait for a response. Okay, let me know if you use it. Might be work for me. Might be work for me? What does he mean by that? Oh? Work? Yes. I store cadavers. Dispose of later. I don't understand. Hospital morgue. Storage and disposal. He works at a morgue? I noticed a strange smell on his clothes when we met, and now it makes sense. I gagged a little and suppressed the urge to vomit. So if someone dies, they get sent to you, even for like suicides and murders? Yes, all sorts. Worst are crash victims. Have to mix and match limbs. Have you ever received a victim of Corpse Girl's website? Impossible to know. Maybe. Who can say? Have a name? A name? Can he look up the names of the bodies he's received? Can you look up such a thing? Yes. Cadavers are ID'd, mostly. No victim? Should I ask? Will doing so put me under suspicions of being associated with Corpse Girl? Hello? I can look now at work. I start to nervously bite my fingernails. I know that I won't gain anything from finding out if he's dealt with any of the victims, but morbid curiosity tends to get the better of me. Sometimes I just have to know. Akane Tsurumaki. Okay, a second. No, correct spelling? Got an M Tsurumaki and Akane Tsurumi. That's not right. Close though. Okay, more names? Eiichi Hanada. One sec. Yes, crash victim. Bad. I remember him. He's still here actually. I can't believe what I'm reading. Eiichi Hanada ended up at Kojiro's morgue and he's still there? Really? How long do you store bodies? Depends. Up to 2 days for autopsy. No autopsy for him. No need. So he just sits here. Cold chamber number 31BB. If family don't collect, then cremation. Cremation. Is cremation what you mean by disposal? Yes, mostly. Friend of yours? Not exactly. But his corpse goes victim? You said so. Well, I don't know. You said so. Interesting. I'll look at him again. Really, there's no need for that. It's okay, I won't tell. How do you do it? I swallow hard. What does he mean? Hello? How did I do what? How do you kill him? Oh shit, I've messed up. He knows. Kojiro has figured out who I am. In a panic, I slam my phone down. I can hear the constant vibration against the bed as Kojiro continues to message me. Shit. Well, you dug your own grave. Shit. What do I do? Can I make something up to convince him that I'm not the one responsible for Eiichi's death? Will he even buy it? By not responding to him right away, it says straight away, I've probably inadvertently proven my own guilt. I pick up my phone between my trembling thumb and forefinger. I hold it delicately, as though it has suddenly become some sort of evidence that I don't want covered in my fingerprints. In a way, that's completely true. I stare at the messages from Kojiro. Hey, you there? Hello? I better reply. I have to say something. Maybe, just maybe I can throw him off my trail. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't kill anyone. Not exactly a lie. Yes, true. Corpse Girl killed him. No name entry on Corpse Girl's website. But you knew his name and you knew he died. Ergo, you requested his death. Wait, this is good. This is far better than him believing I'm Corpse Girl. He thinks I'm just some fan of the website that submitted a request. I have to run with this. I can't let him know the actual truth. Okay, you got me. I used the website to request his death. Ha! Wow, mad. So the site is real. Amazing. This is exciting. Are you happy he's dead? I decided to take a leaf out of Tomoe's book and act more innocent than I really am. Not really. I just made the request on a whim to see what would happen. I didn't think it would actually work. Well, so you didn't hate the guy, Eiichi? No, I never even met him, just found his photo on the internet. Incredible! Corpse Girl kills with just a photo. Doesn't even need a name. Wonder how many other wigs I got here. Lol. Have to go. Clocking off soon. Talk later. Kojiro's status immediately changes to offline. I breathe a sigh of relief. I think he bought the lie. Surely I'm in the clear. But this whole conversation was an exercise in stupidity. I nearly shot myself in the foot because of my own insatiable curiosity. I shouldn't have contacted Kojiro at all. The only positive thing to come out of this is learning that Kojiro works at a hospital morgue. I could potentially take advantage of this, but my sleep-deprived brain can't quite work out how. Well, I can dwell on that later. For now, I really need to sleep. Okay. It's gonna be a day of dramas, I feel like. My alarm erupts with a shrieking scream and scares me awake. My eyes don't open immediately, but instead I find myself tossing and turning, trying to bury my face in my pillow. I can't have had more than 2 hours of sleep, and now it's already time to get up and go to work. How the hell am I going to function today? I drag my heavy body from the bed and slide into the pair of slippers resting on the floor. With a yawn and a stretch, I leave my bedroom. I stand in the kitchenette connected to the living room for a few moments, completely absent-minded. I open the refrigerator and stare blankly at the dismal contents. A small tub of peach yogurt sits on the top shelf, and a half-empty jug of oolong tea rests at the bottom. I grab the yogurt and peel off the lid. Without even fetching a spoon, I simply pour a little into my mouth. I consume about half of the tiny portion and wipe my mouth before throwing the leftovers in the trash can. There will be enough to spike my energy for the morning. When you normally run on an empty stomach, any amount of calories can work as a pick-me-up. I make a mental note to collect 2 or 3 cans of coffee from the convenience store on my way to work. They should carry me through the rest of the day. The rest of the early morning is spent applying makeup and getting dressed. I'm out of the door at the same time as every other day. Alright. To stop myself from nodding off at my desk, I decide to rearrange my personal effects. Having something to focus on is a great way to fight off sleep. Unlike the other employees here, I don't tend to keep too much at my workspace, yet it still manages to feel cluttered somehow. Next to my computer monitor are 3 little figurines that I collected from toy capsule machines. They're a set of anthropomorphic coffee cans that were released as a promotional campaign for my favorite coffee brand. Each figure is about the size of my thumb. They're cute little things, and when you put a coin in the capsule machine, you never know which character you're going to get. So far, I've managed to collect Captain Cafe Owlet, Lieutenant Long Black, and Madame Macchiato. If I remember correctly, there are 2 more I still need to get. But the capsule machines seem to be out of rotation now because they've replaced with a different series of toys. If I ever want to collect the remaining figures, I'll probably need to buy them online. Oh well, I'm not super invested in having to own all of them. I give each tiny figure a bit of a dusting and set them back up next to my monitor so they are all standing up straight and facing forward. Satisfied that they're tidy, I look to the small tray of drawers that sit on the other side of my monitor. I mainly just store papers and office memos in them. They're not really big enough to hold anything much larger than documents. I rummage through the drawers and discard a few old notices that aren't relevant anymore. When I'm done, I file away a couple of loose papers that have been fluttering around my desk for the last week. With that complete, I straighten out my keyboard so it's parallel to my mousepad. I give the keyboard a thorough dusting and then lean back in my chair to admire my work. The desk looks so much nicer now. A clean workspace invites a clear state of mind, or so my coworkers would have me believe. Maybe I'll buy into that a little bit now that I can see the effects for myself. The corner of my eyes catch a glimpse of blonde hair and I turn to watch Tomoe enter the office. She nods at Shinya as she walks by his desk and continues nonchalantly toward her own workspace. Since her desk is in my line of sight, I have the perfect vantage point to watch her put her belongings down and take a seat. I feel a sudden stirring of excitement as she sits down. It's almost as if I'm anticipating something to happen. Yeah, you completely forgot about the photo of your dead self that you put in her drawer. Was something supposed to happen with Tomoe today? Have I forgotten something important? My tired mind can't really focus on those thoughts. I try to ignore the mild surge of adrenaline that started pulsing through me when she took her seat. I distract myself by starting out my computer and looking over the list of today's tasks. It looks as though I need to correct a few entries I uploaded to the company server yesterday. In my previously distracted state, it's possible I made a few typographical errors. That's fair enough. I'll get to work on correcting the data. I open up a few programs and listen to the roaring of my computer tower, nearly drowned out in the clamor of the office environment. The next sound I hear eclipses the noise of the computer and the office completely and absolutely. A terrified shriek slices through the air like a knife, leaving a deathly ringing silence in its wake. I scramble to my feet purely out of instinct, scanning for the source of the scream. I don't have to look very far before my eyes fall upon a distressed Tomoe kneeling on the floor and clutching her face. She's on the ground next to her desk, staring down unblinkingly, her fingers white from the strain of clawing at her own head. In the sudden chaos of people rushing to her side, I somehow managed to notice that one of the drawers on her desk is wide open. An open drawer? As tired and exhausted as I am, the significance of the open drawer isn't lost on me. I immediately realized why my body subconsciously felt excited when Tomoe came into the office this morning. I left something in her desk drawer, something I wanted her to find. Yesterday's obsessions with discovering the identity of the one who requested my death caused me to forget my rebellious strike against Tomoe. I left something in her drawer yesterday, thinking she was the one who submitted my photo to the website. Then she didn't come into work, and it completely slipped my mind. After she confessed to requesting Akane Tsurumaki's death, I erased my suspicions of her being the one who targeted me. But I didn't remove the item from her drawer. I'm in deep, deep shit now. Before I can even lurch forward from behind my desk, Tomoe turns her head to face me. Her cold, green eyes lock onto mine, refusing to let go. A trickle of crimson red seeps from her scalp, where her fingernails pierced her skin during her panicked scream. Swallowing my nervousness, I break eye contact with her and stare down at the flat object that was the focus of her outcry. It's a familiar photograph, a printed image on glossy paper, traditional, old school, and just as effective as I had hoped. Though I can't make out all the detail from this distance, the composition of the photo doesn't elude my memory. It depicts my very own corpse, toppled backward over a tombstone, a bloody slash traces around my neck. A laceration lines my stomach, and a knife protrudes from my chest. My black hair is a tangled mess, my dark eyeliner smeared and smudged. The grimace on my face is the unmistakable mask of death. Noriko Kurosawa, stoic and unflinching in death, Noriko Kurosawa dead atop a random tombstone in some nameless cemetery. A bizarre yet ultimately unremarkable way to die. It suits me perfectly. I'm proud of the work that went into this photo. The objective was to punish Tomoe for requesting my death, to recreate a work of art so horrific that she would beg for forgiveness when she found me still breathing. But the scene playing out before me is unlike anything I had imagined. Tomoe's face is scrunched up with hatred, the veins in her forehead threatening to burst and shower the office with sanguine gore at any given second. Whether or not she thinks this is some sick prank is beyond my knowledge. All I can decipher from her expression is that she is likely to strangle me given the opportunity. But perhaps I'm jumping ahead of myself. Why do I automatically assume that she believes I'm guilty of putting the photo in her drawer? I mean, aren't I the victim in the image? Perhaps she actually—
Who the fuck is responsible for this?
She howls like a wounded animal, a battered and beaten pup backed into a corner. Clutching the photo, now torn from her blooded fingernails, she stands and plants her feet firmly on the ground, steadfast, stern, resolute, a bulwark of immovable fury. All eyes are upon her. The bleached blonde gal girl with an antagonizing attitude is the center of attention in the office.
This photo is disgusting! Absolutely sick! Who made it?
From the confused and puzzled faces of the 20 or so employees huddled around, it's obvious that no one really knows what Tomoe is talking about. The photo is small, and with her clutching it tightly and waving it around frantically, it's impossible for anyone to make out the detail. I'm bold enough to assume that no one else has managed to properly glimpse it yet. And maybe I can prevent our co-workers from getting a closer look if I act fast. I dart out from behind my desk and approach Tomoe.
Let me see.
Tomoe aggressively thrusts the photo toward me. I take a cursory look at it and gasp loudly to add credibility to my acting. Adopting a fake countenance of shock, I grab Tomoe by the shoulder and pull her close to me. I bow my head against hers, so we stand intimately in the middle of the crowd, forehead to forehead, our eyes fixated on one another. I hope my beating heart isn't loud enough for Tomoe to notice as we stand against each other. I whisper softly, my pulse quickening as I try to make my words sound urgent and confident rather than broken and anxious.
Come with me. I need to talk to you.
Tomoe tenses and stiffens, but she murmurs something that sounds like an agreement. I pull away from her and grab her wrist to lead her out of the office. We exit from the throng of onlookers, scratching their heads and dart toward the elevator. Shinya says nothing as we pass him. He just looks on with a pale face. Okay. The elevator ride down is silent and awkward, but eventually the doors open to reveal the ground floor lobby. We weave between the scattered couches and sculptures, making a frantic dash for the exit. We finally emerge outside into the brisk morning air. Trying hard to catch my breath, I notice that Tomoe isn't nearly as exhausted as I am. I want to chalk up my wheezing condition to a lack of sleep, but I know that's just an excuse for my poor physical fitness. Tomoe is still holding the photo in her hand. She looks at it once more in disgust, then faces me with one hand on her hip.
You wanna tell me what the fuck this is?
Look, it's difficult to explain, but I'll try my best.
I want to find out who planted this in my drawer! And look at this!
She thrusts the photo at me once again. She uses the point of her thumb to indicate the timestamp printed at the bottom of the image.
It's got yesterday's date on it. A photo of your dead body, as if you've already been killed. But here you stand.
Sure enough, the photo bears yesterday's date. The time states 9:06 p.m. I marked it as such when I was under the belief that Tomoe would find it yesterday morning. I wanted her to anxiously wait out the day until my death accompanied the rising moon. Since that didn't go down the way I planned, the confusion on Tomoe's face now is self-explanatory.
I just can't believe that corpse girl wants you dead.
What did she say?
Huh?
This is just like what happened to Akane Tsurumaki when I requested her death. The police found a photo of her own dead body on her phone when they investigated how she died.
What? Is this public knowledge? How did I not know
And
this?
now you've got a similar photo. Does that mean Corpse Girl is trying to kill ya? But it doesn't make sense. It's already past the time it says here. And why was the photo in my desk drawer? What do I gotta do with it?
I'm still reeling from the information that Akane Tsurumaki. About Akane Tsurumaki. The police discovered the corpse photo on her phone. Of course they did. Of course they would investigate her death. It was foolish of me to assume the photo wouldn't come to light. Tomoe grits her teeth and tenderly touches a finger to the bloody cut on her scalp, the place her fingernails slashed in anguish. She looks at her fingertips in revulsion and sighs.
Look, maybe it's my fault that Akane Tsurumaki ended up down the well. Maybe it's not. The least I can do is make sure that the fucking corpse girl doesn't come to get you as well. You ain't my friend or nothing, but sluts gotta stick it out together, right? I don't want another cold bitch on my conscience.
I feel like these are the most touching words Tomoe can string together. I'm somewhat flattered that she wants to protect me.
Tomoe, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I kinda do, you know? You comforted me a little when I came to you about the dead skank. Made me feel like I wasn't totally to blame, yeah? You might not be as much of a psycho as I thought. Might be a heart beating behind that flat chest.
You just straight out call her flat.
Okay. Thanks.
Unexpectedly, the brash and brazen girl beams at me
I'm putting
brightly.
you under 24-hour surveillance. Corpse Girl's gonna have to crack my skull open before she goes sticking her fingers into yours.
Tomoe, really, that's not necessary.
I can't figure out a way to convey that I'm not actually in any danger. Well, immediate danger at any rate. It's true that there is someone out there who wants me dead badly enough to have requested it through the website. But as far as the threat of Corpse Girl coming to get me goes, I'm perfectly safe. I resign myself to simply staring blankly at Tomoe, the girl I hold so much disdain for. I know I should choose my next words carefully. Tomoe is prone to violent outbursts, even the best of times. Okay, we have choices. We have choices. Alright, we have choices, but it is also 1:15 a.m. so it might be a good time to end here. Let me just close the game. I've saved the game, it's fine. Okay. Get rid of that. The Steam sale started and I wanted to check it out, but it won't load. Maybe too many people is using Steam right now, so it doesn't load. I also didn't know that the Steam sale has started, so good to know. Good to know. Yay. Let's look for somebody to raid. Hello, Prata Wizard. You came at the time when I'm about to end, but hello. Hello. Let's see. I am planning on reading somebody. Oh, an artist that I really like is streaming right now. I could totally rate them. Alright. So, when we come back the next time I play this game, we are going to have some choices to choose from. Probably going to go through all three, but I do have limited saving slots, so we'll see. We'll figure that out. Okay. Just okay. Me about to go sleep. Just here to say before I go sleep. Well, then you came at a great time because I'm also going to go prepare for bed. We're gonna go read Puzzle Lock. Puzzle Lock is the artist who did the art of the chibis for my Twitch panels. Read. Subread, if I can type subread too. Alright. So thank you guys for joining me today. I think I spoke surprisingly a lot better than I did yesterday. So that's great and all. I still can't say that I'm really fully invested in the story of this game yet. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I wanted to read Puzzle Lock, but they just said bye. I can't read them. They end the stream. What the? I'm too late. The story seems sus. Yeah, the story seems sus. Like, really sus. Really sus. They ended before you could read. Yeah. Damn it. Well, if Puzzle Lock doesn't work out, we can go to somebody else. Valorant, VR Chat, Apex Legends. Or maybe I can look for somebody new. Let's just search the VTuber tag. Why not? Up. Okay. Who would we read? Who would we read? Who shall we read? If I can't find anybody, I'll just read my friends because that's what I do all the time. Just read my friends. Always just reading my friends. So many Valorant players. Where are going? Clap, clap, clap. Not sure. Okay, you know what? I found somebody. It's somebody I've never rated before. But they're playing Fire Emblem Awakening. So if they have raids open, they do. Okay, we're going to go to them then. Alright. Yes. Finding raids are tough. Right, finding raids are tough. Okay, we're gonna go to them. Thank you for joining the stream. I hope you guys had fun. I don't know. The story is still very sus. I don't know if I actually care that much for the characters in this story just yet. But you know. Alright. Bye bye guys. Good night. Good night, good night, good night. Sleep well, rest well, whatever you're doing. Bye bye.